day. The high temperature Friday around 60 degrees. Friday night clouds, couple of spotty showers, 51. Saturday and Sunday mostly cloudy, but nothing more than a couple of spotty showers, 64 each day. This system coming in is not very interesting or exciting, so I'm not expecting much in the way of rain. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM. KMOX.
Sponsored by Financial and Tax Strategies. We've got sunshine, blue sky, 61 downtown. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
Retirement shouldn't feel like balancing a checkbook while blindfolded. I'm Gary Goldberg, and my team helps you see the big picture so you can retire younger, richer, and with less anxiety. Because guessing is not a strategy. Tune in to Wealth and Wisdom with Gary Goldberg Saturday mornings at 7 here on KMOX.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Good afternoon, St. Louis, DGS 104.1 FM KMOX. Happy Thursday to everybody. You jamming?
Yeah, I like the song.
Yeah, nice.
I like Men at Work.
We had a visit today from the Stoles family. That was fun.
We did. That was fun. My dad and my brother came up to hang out for a little while.
Yeah, got to have lunch.
And they wouldn't leave. They're still here. No, it was great. They bought us all papas. So we enjoyed some pizza.
Papas
some
for the papa.
Mm-hmm.
They're not really still here.
No, they're not.
Okay. I was going to say.
They had to leave and go do something.
People do tend to hang around.
Sometimes people hang around.
Who is Yakov Smirnov?
Yakov Smirnov, we could not get to
for
leave.
3 days.
Yeah.
One of my favorite pictures I've ever taken, I have it on my phone, is Yakov Smirnov. He had taken his shoes off.
Yeah.
And he had a bag of chips. and he was laying on the couch out in the
Just watching soap operas.
kitchen area. He was on the phone with his manager, and he's like, "Why Yakov not selling more tickets?"
I'm not
And
sure
we
you can
were
do
like,
that.
I think
Yeah.
I'm confident I can do it. And it was like, Yakov, you've been here for like 4 hours.
It was pretty funny.
Yeah, it got weird.
You're like, is he just moving in?
Yeah.
There's an episode of The Simpsons with Stan Lee, and Stan Lee's at the comic book store. And when Bart comes back to the store a few days later, Stan Lee is there. And he's like, Stan Lee came back. And then the comic book guy goes, Stan Lee never left. And that's what I thought. It's like, Yakov came back. Yakov never left.
I will be leaving a little bit early today, about 3:45. I am invited to go out to the 97.1 FM Talk 25th anniversary show, which is out at the district. And I think I'm going to be on with Mark and Reardon at 5 p.m. So,
cool. Yeah,
looking forward to that. Should be fun. John Beck's going to be there. Tom's going to be there.
That's fun.
Yeah, be a good time. Gotta get out of here an hour early.
Yeah, but
yeah, it's a trade-off.
You got to drive a long ways. Well, it's actually not that bad. It's less than I drive home. So
yeah, not bad.
The district is great too.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you've been out there. You're gonna love it.
Yeah, it's
No, I've not
fantastic.
been
Really
there.
nice.
Yeah, it's very.
You're
cool.
gonna love it.
Yeah, we came close to playing a gig out there in October, but it did kind of fell through. So
That's where that candy place is, where I accidentally spent $40 on candy.
oh right,
Yeah,
that'll happen.
Man, I want to go to a candy store.
it's sugar out of the district. Go check it out. It's a good
Oh,
place.
that's like they have that out in like Los Angeles and such, right?
Yeah, it's like it's a chain.
Great. Just went all Kentucky on us. They have
what I
that in
was-
Los Angeles.
That's what I was saying to Eric when he was here. I was like,
Yeah.
"You from Hollywood? Tell me all about it."
So this may be why
Yeah, got
Hollywood
them
people,
movies out there.
maybe this is why Hollywood people always portray everybody in the Midwest sounding like that.
I look so bald.
You do.
Well,
Like not in here, but on the stream, the way the light is shining on your
Yeah.
head.
Yeah, it's really featuring it. Looks like Half Dome in Yellowstone.
Yeah, we can adjust the lighting if
You
you
just turn
prefer
off
it.
that ring light, you'd be fine.
That's okay.
Dave, does anyone ever reference the fact that you're bald and you're like, you don't really know me like that? Because I was watching something the other
question.
day and it was like two guys like talking in front of a crowd and one of them referenced the other's baldness and the guy like was really a good sport about it, but I was also like, I hope you guys are actually friends and you had permission
Yeah.
to do that.
Yeah, it's weird being me. It's great being me, but it's weird because people kind of treat you like a cartoon character, like
Mhm.
you're not real
Mhm.
or kind of like a prop. And a lot of times they don't know quite what to say, and sometimes they'll say dumb stuff like that. Yeah, not very often, but every now and then you're just like, oh, phew,
I get it.
okay, that actually hurts. Not the bald thing. Like I'm
Other things.
I understand I'm bald. Amy thinks that Rach looks good in her glasses.
Thank you, Amy. That's very nice.
What did I say yesterday, Sarah Finsky?
Mhm.
Women look great in hats and glasses.
You did say that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
What kinds of hats?
doesn't matter. It does not matter.
No?
No.
Even like the old
Cowboy hat.
big old flowery
Sombrero.
one things that look huge. Like what about the like the fruit hats?
10-gallon
Sure.
hat.
Sure.
A
fruit
witch's
hats.
hat.
Yeah, witch's hat. Great.
By fruit hat, do you mean like Chiquita banana?
Yeah, like that. Yeah, like that.
She was quite hot.
I mean,
Yeah, I thought she was hot.
No, there was
a live
sex
person
sells.
that used to do it on the commercials when I was a kid.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, I've seen them.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought at first you're merely referencing the sticker, and I was like, I mean, sure.
Yeah, how hard up are we?
Any port in a storm.
A banana sticker.
Any port in a storm, brother.
No, I grew up in the horniest time. Like the 70s were just nothing but TNA. Just everywhere. Like if
Yeah, you guys had Battle of the Hollywood Stars, which
just constantly.
when Rachel and I saw that for the first time, we I mean,
Well, first of all, every show was sexy.
mhm.
And then they're just like, you know what? Let's get all the stars together, put them in wet tank tops, and call it a show.
Battle of the Hollywood Stars, or is that what it was called?
Battle of the Network stars.
Battle of
Yeah.
Network Stars. Borderline pornographic to watch. Like I felt
not for the
uncomfortable.
70s.
I felt uncomfortable watching it.
The 70s is like, yep, that's how it is.
One time, my best friend, who was a girl, I don't know why I always have to say that, but her mom took us to, I think I told the story last year, took us to a drive-in movie and fell asleep. And we were watching like Homeward Bound or something. And on the screen behind us, which all we had to do was turn our little 8-year-old heads around, was porn. That's just the way it rolls
That is the
in
most
Illinois.
bizarre thing I've ever heard.
Yep.
And not even like, like two separate lots where the screens are maybe back to back, where if you're in one lot, you're not seeing the other screen. It's just like right there.
Yeah. And we're literally like, we're probably 10. So I started to say I knew a little, but I didn't. Like everything I was seeing was brand new to
Well,
me.
after that night,
Close
you knew
was
something.
Close was the one who had the log, right? The log in the woods.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Years ago,
The horn
Kev,
log.
Mark Close talked about how he had a hollowed out tree in the woods, and that's where he stashed his girly magazines. And he said everyone had that. And I'm like, no, not everyone had that. And remember, everyone called?
Yeah.
Like for an hour, people were calling, like, I had that.
I had a log in the forest.
Yeah.
I had an enchanted mushroom in the forest where
First of all,
I
I
had all
just
my
don't like how
pornography.
that phrase sounds. Can we not say that?
Log in the forest. You don't like having a log in the forest?
He's going to keep saying it.
I'm just gonna. I shouldn't have said not to. So revert. I should have said, you need to say that all the time. And he'd be like, I'm not saying that.
I had him right in my dad's sock drawer.
And he didn't wear socks?
What?
I guess I don't understand what you're saying.
The magazines were in his sock drawer.
Yeah, and you put them there?
No.
Did your
Like,
dad?
I'm gonna stash my stuff in Dad's drawer.
You said I had them right in the sock drawer.
Yeah,
my
they
dad's
were
sock
my
drawer.
He had
dad's.
access to them.
Oh, okay. I thought you were, but I was like, wow,
You discovered them.
I'm not that stupid.
How did you
Right under
discover
his-
them?
right under his nose.
Were you like looking for socks one day and be like, oh,
No, I mean, at that point, I'm like 12 or 13, so I've got pretty
You're
honed in
Snoopy.
radar.
you're snooping? I get
Yeah.
you. I got you.
And my uncles would come over, the ones from out of town, and they would bring a stack, and they would trade, and they would call them fishing magazines, and we all knew what it was. And I remember my mom and my aunts were always like low key bitter about it. You know,
Sure.
Well, I mean, I could see
Yeah,
why. It
I
would
mean,
be
yeah,
a little
like,
no,
bothersome.
especially if it
I
happened
think we can't
today,
fault them.
right? Can you
Yeah.
imagine you show up today and hand your cousin a thumb drive in front of his wife? You're like, oh, wait till you get a load of this. I mean, but that's what it was. That's what it was like. So I would like pay extra special attention. Like, where's he putting these things?
Right. Dave was always just around the corner.
Yeah, the magic of discovering sex is gone, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty hard to hide these days.
Mm-hmm.
Kev, I know we're going to talk about this at 2 p.m. with Brad Young. He's really excited to talk about it. But give me your basics on the NBA Mafia thing.
You talk about a huge story. So you had 3 people involved with the NBA arrested by the FBI today. One is a former player who played for the Lakers with LeBron, Damon Jones. Another was an active player, Terry Rozier, who played in Miami last season. And then the other one is the head coach of the Portland Trailblazers, Chauncey Billups. And they've all been accused of different things, but it's kind of in this same investigation. And the Chauncey Billups one is probably they're all disturbing, right? The one with Rozier, he allegedly told someone that, hey, I'm gonna go out of tonight's game with an injury. So if you guys want to bet a lot of the prop bets, mine will all come in under, whatever. And he told some guy that, and then that guy sold that information to another guy for $100,000, and then they bet like $250,000 on all these different outcomes, and obviously won all of them because they knew he was going to go out. And oh, by the way, he did go out in the first quarter with quote unquote injury. So there's that, which is a separate thing from what Chauncey Billups is accused of. He's accused of being a part of an illegal poker game that involved all of the big 4 mafia families in New York. The Gambinos, the Bonanos, like all of those. And apparently what it was he and another guy, it might have been Damon Jones, who's the retired player. They were what they called the face cards for this poker game to give it legitimacy. They're famous. They were there, but the game was set up to rip off the other players by the mob guys. That's the allegation from the FBI. And apparently the allegation
is problem that it was rigged, or is it just that it was?
Well, there's 2 separate things, right? There's the FBI investigation, and that is for the law. And then there are pro sports rules. There are NBA rules, right? So for the law, that's the bigger crime, not just being involved with a poker game.
Okay.
I mean, it would be a crime, like to play in an illegal poker game, but it's not like, nobody's going to investigate you for it. If that was what you were doing, you'd probably be more considered valuable as a witness than as somebody receiving charges, right? Because they want to go after the people running the game rather than the people that are playing it. But but it could be both. But then on the sports side, on the NBA side specifically here, you cannot be involved in any form of illegal gambling. Like, that's completely forbidden in pro sports. You can bet legally on things that don't involve your sport. So like Chauncey Billups could bet on football. He could bet on Major League Baseball. Cannot bet on basketball, but you cannot deal with anybody illegally. So for obvious reasons, right? I mean, if you're working with the mob and somehow they want more from you, or they're going to leverage you somehow, that puts you and the league at risk. So it's a pretty, this one feels like the magnitude of it might be one of the biggest betting scandals since the Black Sox scandal.
Wow.
Like, it's a really big deal, not in terms of the number of teams that it'll impact or anything like that, but in terms of the seriousness of the allegation against, in particular, Billups.
A couple quick thoughts off the top of my head. I didn't know the Mafia was still the Mafia the way it used to be the Mafia, like the Gambinos and such. I thought those guys were
all those.
gone.
The Genoveses were named. I mean, like literally all of the big 4 New York families.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then secondly, I say this about once a day on the show, but how much money does one person need? I mean, like, I don't make that kind of money, but if someone offered me something illegal that would make me $50,000, $100,000, there's no way I'm going to give up my career for that, even though that's, it's enticing. But these guys are 100 millionaires probably.
Oh, Billups made over $100 million as a player.
Man,
he made, and he's been a head coach now for a number of years. So you're making millions of dollars a year. I don't know exactly what he makes, but he's probably making $4, $5, $6 million a year given his pedigree. And so it's interesting. I don't remember exactly when it was. It was probably 2017-ish, 2018, somewhere around there. He's part owner of a restaurant group, and they opened a couple pizza places in St. Louis. They're kind of like the wood-fired pizza places that you walk up to the counter. I don't remember which one. But he was doing that. Like, he came in studio with us. He sat in, did a show with me, half an hour of a show with me and all that. And he was just promoting the fact that this is opening. So he had other business things going on too. And who knows if maybe some of that went sideways or whatever. But dude, I mean, you've got a lucrative career and you've made a lot of money over the years.
Yeah.
I don't know why you'd get involved.
Is it just me, or has watching television gotten way more complicated than it used to be? There are a million different services, lots of stuff you want to watch but can never find, and don't get me started on the bills. Well, thankfully there's Philo, a better way to TV. For as low as $33 a month, I get the channels I love, MTV, BET, Food Network, you name it, plus everything that AMC Plus has to offer. And guess what? They've added access to HBO Max Basic with ads plan and Discovery Plus, so I can enjoy all the best TV with one subscription. The best part? There are no contracts, no surprise fees, and just one low price. And their DVR is awesome too. I can save everything I love on Philo for up to a year and skip the ads when I rewatch them. That's a total game changer. I signed up directly at philo.tv. That's PHILO.tv, so I could lock in the best price around. Philo is the easiest decision I've ever made. Now the hard one is trying to decide what to binge next.
It's the Medicare Advantage annual enrollment period, and Humana knows not everyone has the same needs when picking a Medicare Advantage plan.
Now that I'm retired, I want to enjoy the life I've worked hard to build. So I want a plan that covers me when I'm traveling the country.
Humana has a plan for that.
As a veteran, I want a plan that fills in the gaps my VA coverage doesn't provide, like dental care.
Humana has a plan for that.
I feel good about my health. I just want care and coverage with predictable costs. No surprises.
Humana has a plan for that. With a Humana Medicare Advantage plan, you get coverage and benefits that focus on what matters most to you. Learn more at gethumana.com. Humana, a more human way to healthcare. Humana is a Medicare Advantage HMO and PPO organization with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in any Humana plan depends on contract renewal.
Tell you guys about Dr. Corey Soman, orthopedic surgeon, Midwest orthopedic and spine specialist. He is one of the finest surgeons in the country. If you don't believe just me, just Google him. It's Dr. Corey Soman, Solman. On the WebMDs and the Rate Your Doc and all those sorts of websites, you'll see that he has virtually perfect scores because he is not only a fantastic surgeon, he has the knowledge, he has the experience, he has the physical dexterity. He is a cutting edge, no pun intended, on all of the most recent. He has an anterior approach to like hip replacements where it's a smaller incision, it's less blood loss, it's less time on the table, which means less rehab for you, less time being down. And he's a really nice guy, very interesting, very funny, just a good, affable, charming human being who's going to make you, your kids, and your elderly loved ones feel comfortable with whatever procedure needs to happen. So you have an injury, you have something chronic, 636-231-5881 or SolmanOrthopedics.com.
Help keep our community safe and healthy during National Prescription Drug Takeback Day, October 25th. Find a collection site near you at DEATakeback.com. Do your part to lower overdose deaths and prevent drug misuse before it starts.
Renewal by Andersen is the #1 window and door brand for customer service. Schedule your free inspection today. Just dial pound 250 on your phone and say the keyword windows. That's pound 250 keyword windows, or head to rbastl.com.
The Chris and Amy Show, weekdays starting at 9 on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
.124 DGS. So, Andrew, when I scared you the other day, I got myself back.
Oh.
I've never scared myself, but Rachel is working on a teaser trailer for the Halloween show, and it starts with my voice, and we were just sitting there very, very quietly, and I didn't know she was going to edit it, and out of nowhere it was like, do you want us here? And I'm like, oh my God. And I didn't say anything to you because I felt like a punk. I was just like, fiddly dee.
Oh, gonna be quite the show this year.
It's like, oh no.
Do I drive you insane with my editing sometimes?
No.
Okay. I always worry. I wear headphones most of the time, but once in a while I don't. And I'm like, this might be extremely annoying.
No,
well, if it ever does, Dave, you can come hang with me and Andrew.
Yeah. Speaking of annoying.
Yeah, it's way less annoying. It's way less annoying in that room.
It never annoys me, but sometimes it confuses me. Like when I hear you editing, and I kind of understand editing. I mean, I couldn't do it to save my life, but I get it. But when you will listen to the same line like 14 times, and I always wonder, like, what's she going for? What's
yeah.
she? Yeah.
Usually you're trying to find the clean ins and outs, right?
Yeah.
Kevin will hit me with that sometimes when I'm like doing stuff, like editing stuff out loud and without headphones or whatever. He'll be like,
"What you doing?
What you doing?" Because usually like a lot of times it's his voice. It just sounds like I'm listening to his voice over and over and over and over and over again.
Blame him. Yeah, but I don't blame him.
He's going like chicken parm, chicken parm, chicken parm, and I'm just like hitting it over and over again.
He's making it skip too. He's like chicken parm.
You need to make me that thing I asked for too.
I do.
But put Halloween first.
Yeah.
My favorite headline of the day: Elon Musk says he needs $1 trillion for robot army. Real headline.
Who's supposed to give him the trillion?
Yes.
Why does he need a robot army?
I don't know. I don't know why he needs any of this.
It's pretty bad when you're one of the richest people on the planet and you're like,
all I need
$1 trillion.
It's just money.
Hat in hand.
Yeah.
What he's saying is,
if only I had some money.
Yeah. What he's saying is, what I need is other people's money.
Yes.
Because I'm not putting my money on this stuff.
Yes.
That's the rich guy game. They never spend or use their money.
What you gonna do with that robot army, by the way? What's that for?
That's not scary at all.
Why are all of these billionaires building robot armies and they all have bunkers? And I mean, should we be worrying about this?
It'll be fine.
I don't know, man. I think a lot of these guys are posers.
Hey, at least we got those fun AI videos out of it, you know?
Worth it.
Elon, quote, wants strong influence over the robot army he's building.
Well, who doesn't? That's only natural.
Who else is gonna have
Why are we all
influence?
just like, why is everybody in authority like, it's fine?
I would like strong influence over a
That's
robot
fine.
army as well.
You know, in the history of the world, there's never been a problem with the super rich people having crazy ideas.
Well, this is okay because he's really stable.
Yeah,
and
he's
he
totally.
never has any issues or, makes people feel like things are unsteady.
Although maybe there are people in real power, like generals and stuff, who look at it and just giggle and like, man, if you ever think you're getting
Well, let's
that-
be real. If you recall, Elon said he was building a new form of mass transit underneath.
Oh yeah, the Hyperloop,
Las Vegas, and all that turned out to be was like a dingy, poorly lit tunnel with like one Tesla that'll drive you back and forth down this tunnel. Take two people at a time back and forth down the shuttle. So it's probably just going to be like a Rock'em Sock'em robot with like a nail gun or something. That'll be like his robot army. And then, we don't have to worry too much about it.
Can I say that? Do you guys think that he says those things like he did today on it? Because he said that on an earnings call. Do you think he's saying that because it boosts the stock? Because that's what happened. As soon as he said it, the stock shot. It was like,
this is the first thing that really upset me about Elon. Before he was like super, super famous and he was like, super popular and doing all this stuff and in politics and all that. The thing that first turned me on to disliking him was that it really annoyed me that he would go on. He would like go out on stage at a convention or something and he'd be like, I'm turning all memories into megabyte pixel chips and you're going to put them in your brain and get all the memories forever and you'll never forget anything because of the pixel chip megabyte mega chips. And the media would just fall over to go like, he's the most incredible genius of all time. And I'm like, he's not doing it. We're never going to see that. Where's that been? It's been nowhere because it was never happening.
The Cardinals season may be over, but in St. Louis, sports never stop. The Chiefs are chasing another championship. Mizzou football is making noise, and the Blues are back on the ice. Every weekday at 5, Rush Hour Sports keeps you ahead of the game with news, traffic, weather, and the biggest stories in sports. Kevin Wheeler, Matt Pauly, and Bernie Nicholas. 3 trusted voices St. Louis fans count on. Rush Hour Sports, weekdays at 5 on KMOX.
Talk to you guys about Underdog Fantasy Sports app. The NFL is in full swing. Underdog's the best place to get in on all the action. You can select entries and win money right now in Missouri. I'm looking at my Underdog app right now. Tonight there's a game, Eagles and LA. And for example, Carson Wentz. The Underdog says 234.5 passing yards. All you have to do is say, I think that's kind of high. I don't think he's going to do that. I'm going with lower. Jalen Hurts, 205.5 passing yards. You may say, nope, I think it's going to be more than that. I'm going to go higher. All you have to do is string 2 or 3 of those together to win money. It's very simple to do. I've done very well with it. No guarantees, but, Andrew and I, we cleaned up pretty well. You can use your own knowledge to help yourself out. You can also play NBA and the baseball playoffs, where they're going, NHL, MLS, all the major sports. So I find that it really enhances my enjoyment of the game. I love how simple it is. You can win up to 5,000 times what you put down, and you only have to put down $1 any given time. Download the app today. Sign up with promo code Glover to score $100 in bonus funds or bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code Glover. Underdog, make plays, win money. Must be 18 and present in Missouri. Terms apply. Visit assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. If you're concerned with your play, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
Thank you, Missouri, for making Genesis of St. Charles your #1 and most trusted Genesis dealer for 2025. Thrilling offers for an unforgettable season are now here at Genesis of St. Charles. For a limited time only, get 0% APR for up to 60 months on all new Genesis models. You don't want to miss this one. These offers absolutely end October 31st. Visit genesisofstcharles.com today. Based on GMA sales records for 2024 on approved credit for Genesis Finance. See dealer for details.
And now Dave Murray's forecast.
Classic October weather across St. Louis. The winds are light for a change this afternoon. Lots of sunshine. 66 for the high. Tonight, clear and cold. 50s for evening plans. 41 for the overnight low. Kind of nippy. Friday, increasing clouds fairly quickly, but it's a dry day Friday, though it's a chilly day with the added clouds, 60 degrees. Nothing more than a couple of spotty showers around Friday night, and over the weekend, it does not look like much. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Weather sponsored by Renner Garage Door, forward and back, RENNER.
Cardinal Cowboy here. Renner Garage Door has brought cheers to their fans for decades with the best styles, cutting-edge tech, and good old family values. Get your free repair or replacement quote today. Forward and back. Giddy up!
RENNER, RENNER.
House stealing. It's a nightmare that's real. It's the FBI's term for thieves stealing your home's title and draining your equity. Just one fake document filed with a recorder, and scammers can own your home on paper, drain your equity, and do it all without you even knowing. Imagine waking up to a foreclosure or eviction notice. Listen to former title thief Matt Cox.
What people don't realize is the ease in which this crime can happen. I can take the deed to your house and I can transfer that deed into my name. It's a great crime, and it's happening all the time.
So how can you stop the nightmare and protect yourself? Find out if you're already a victim now at HomeTitleLock.com. Use promo code RADIO and get a 30-day free trial of their $1 million triple lock protection, a title scan, and access to a title specialist, a $250 value. Don't wait. Go to HomeTitleLock.com now, promo code RADIO.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. I've been asked many times how Morgan & Morgan became the largest injury firm in the world. I think I know. When someone comes to us for an on-the-job injury, we have a huge workers' compensation practice. But many times we find a defective product that was responsible for that injury. Luckily for them, we have a product liability section headed by my son, Mike. In addition to the comp case, there is a product case too. Other times, the injured worker is fired or harassed for bringing that claim. We have them covered. Our employment lawyers handle retaliation claims as well as wage theft and discrimination cases, and in some cases need to file for Social Security benefits. No problem. We became big for a reason. 30% of our new cases come as referrals from former clients. Hiring us is easy. Go to forthepeople.com on your mobile device or computer, or call Pound Law on your cell, pound 529. Morgan & Morgan. Injured? Dial Pound Law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Dave Glover, celebrating 25 years.
Congrats to the Dave Glover Show. 25 years of stories, sarcasm, Sasquatch, spirited debates, and more laugh-out-loud moments than listeners can count. Congratulations on the most authentic show in St. Louis radio.
Sponsored by BioBalance Health and BioBalance Skin.
Welcome back, DGS 135. Rach, I'm intrigued with your topic on digging people up.
I just opened up that article so that we could talk about it. So there's a 2,000-year-old sarcophagus that was just unsealed, and everyone is just freaking out because the mummy inside was so well preserved, and we're learning so much about different ancient burial customs. And I mean, this is great from like a historical, scientific perspective. I understand all of this. I guess I'm just wondering, at what point does it stop being like, that's my great grandma or what have you, and it starts being something that you will dig up and study?
Great minds think alike. I brought this up 20 years ago on the show. I asked exactly what you just asked. What is the limit? Like if someone dug my dad up, they'd go to jail.
Yeah.
Right? But if it's like, for example, I have an offer on the table, as you guys know, to go to Egypt in the spring and be a part of an archaeological dig. I really want to do that. So I'm obviously okay with digging up 4,000-year-old things and people.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you're right. I mean, would we dig up Ulysses S. Grant? He's been dead for 150 years, right? And you go like, hey, let's see what's going on here. No, people go crazy.
Not to mention, how many movies about mummies
do you need to see
being unsealed? Yeah, it's like, come on, at some point, we're inviting a dark and horrible evil into this world. Leave them alone.
It's one of my weirdest things, exhuming people, not like grave robbing, like Ed Gein kind of stuff, but just like when they do it in a case or something, or, oh, we think you killed your wife. Let's dig her up and see if she has arsenic. There's nothing creepier in the world to me than that. And for some reason, I get some of it on TikTok, like people being exhumed. They haven't shown the bodies yet, and I get rid of it as soon as I can because I don't want that. But they'll be digging up a grave, and there's the casket, and so nothing's weirder to me than that.
Yeah,
well,
it's just
sure something is.
It's just odd because it's like, again, I see the merit in doing this. I'm not saying don't do it, but you have to admit that when you're doing it, what you're saying is, yeah, all these burial rituals and all the wishes that they had whenever they carried this out 2,000 years ago. Yeah, like, well, that's over. It's been 2,000 years, so we're good to go.
And especially them, because we, for the most part, respectfully bury our dead a lot of times, but we don't have any sort of like, we're going to bury you with your clothes for the next life.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they did.
We built this mausoleum just for you.
Yeah.
Do you guys think that the difference is the sliding scale of what you would actually learn by doing it versus the other side of it, which is respecting the wishes?
Yeah.
Because we're not going to learn anything digging up somebody from 200 years ago or 100 years ago because we know how people did it. We know how they did it. We know what they did. We probably still do it very much the same way. But we don't understand the customs as well the further back you go. And trying to understand human history and what people believed and why they did things and how they did things is still important for us to figure things out because we don't have video from that time. We don't have photographs. We don't have a lot of information. So we're trying to piece together human history so we can understand how and why things happened.
Totally.
Yeah.
Except that.
Well, we are collectively admitting that their beliefs we're silly and we are going to override their beliefs so that we can gather
Let's learn more
scientific
about your
evidence.
silly beliefs.
Clearly, our beliefs aren't silly.
Right. We're fine. We're
Yeah, we
doing
got
fine.
it right. They didn't. Yeah. No, there's no question there's an element of that.
Mm-hmm.
Is that, well, they just worship the funny gods with animal heads. That's not real. Like, well, all right, but they probably would have thought the same about your beliefs. Like, what do you mean you don't believe in people with animal heads? What's wrong with you? I mean, like, seriously, like, that's how every society views its own religion. It's like, ours is right. We got it. And everyone else says, nope, ours is right.
What if we die and the next thing we blink, open our eyes, and it's a guy with a bird head, and you're just like, God damn it.
You wake up and you're like, it's Anubis. What the heck?
They were right. I am Ra, the sun god. You're like, seriously?
See how smart they were? No wonder they could build those pyramids.
So how did you hurt your hand yesterday?
It was the day before. I didn't update that the terminology on the sheet. So a couple days ago, I broke a glass, like an actual glass, and a big chunk of it went into the sink, and I couldn't find the big chunk of glass in the sink. I had a flashlight, I couldn't see it, and apparently the the garbage disposal got jammed.
Okay.
So I had to follow these instructions from a YouTube video on like how to unjam it, how to clean how do you get this going again? How do you and I figured it out. Wasn't that complicated. Susan had sent me a little video and it showed me pretty easily how to do it. But it was so jammed that at the bottom you have to use like an Allen wrench to kind of like manually turn the thing to break. And I smashed my hand on the inside of the cabinet on the wall, like really hard because I was trying to muscle it to move it, and it moved. But then when it moved, it went whack.
Oh, okay. Thank God.
Yeah.
I pictured you with your hand down the garbage disposal.
No, I thought that too when I was first hearing the descriptions of what to do, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm comfortable with
Have
this.
you guys done that?
No,
Put my hand on the garbage disposal? No.
Yeah, you're not supposed to.
Yeah,
you're supposed to use tongs.
Me neither.
You're not supposed to.
I haven't done it.
You're not supposed to.
I didn't do it last week when I dropped my coffee spoon in there.
Oh no, I got tongs. The kitchen tongs. You just go down there, and if you drop something. But man, first of all, I realize now how it is relatively easy to do that because you just have to put the Allen wrench in the little thing at the bottom of the whole contraption. You don't have to open anything up. You don't have to reach down into the sink. But man, that thing was stuck, and I can still barely feel that knuckle on my hand.
Yikes!
Yeah, that's not great.
Ouch.
But I'm taking credit for fixing the thing.
Hell yeah. Kidding me?
Even though I didn't look up the information and I hurt myself doing it, I'm taking credit.
Thank you to our bosses, Steve and Becky, who took us out to dinner last night.
Mm-hmm.
Went to Pastoria in Clayton, and it was great. You know, Gerard's a friend of the show and does a great job at all of his restaurants. Really fun.
Everything about it was great.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny, though, when you walk in the front door, they had like blanket set up, kind of like fancy brown
like velvet curtains.
Velvet curtains.
Yeah.
And both Andrew and I, my Metro East brother, both thought, oh, we're doing this wrong. Like I
was like, well, they're closed, I guess.
I'm going to feel so stupid when I walk through this guy's blankets and he's in there taking a bath or something.
Yeah, when I walked in and it was like you had thrown it over a bird cage. I was like, oh, it's nighttime now. I guess I'm going to sleep.
Yeah.
Bye, everybody.
I'm guessing that was for the wind.
I was just thinking it was because it's a fairly like open plan restaurant.
Yes. Yeah.
So maybe just so like when you walk in, you're not just like, immediately
blowing cold air into the whole place.
Yeah. That's smart.
On the other side of fine dining, last week I had a meeting with my band and we were at a breakfast place. I won't say where. It's not their fault. Kind of their fault. But there were 4 guys sitting in a booth and they're kind of hippie-ish, right? And 2 of them had their shoes off.
Ugh.
That's gross.
Now, they only had flip-flops to start.
Okay.
But they slipped those off and were just like sitting crisscross applesauce with their bare feet up on the thing. And
No.
Yeah, that's gross. Don't do that.
No. Keep them in the flip-flops. That's like doing that on a plane.
Why would you even want to touch the seat of the booth with your toes like that? That's gross.
Well, I mean.
Yeah, me. Also, it's funny how a set of fresh eyes really reveals things to you. Sarah Finsky was on yesterday, and I guess she was having a conversation with Andrew, and she knows about the open air drug market right across the street from us. And she said, when I came in, there are a bunch of kids playing out there. And Andrew's like, oh, yeah, there's a preschool right downstairs, and that's their field where they play. And she's like, the kids are playing in the open air drug.
Don't they go to the other park?
They come back and forth.
Oh, okay.
They come back and forth.
Yeah. Not that it's that much better. It'd be like across
20
the
yards
street.
away.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's like, that's not ideal.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when you see it every day, you're like, oh, yeah, it's just they're out there playing. And then when someone like points it out to you, you're like, oh, yeah. This is maybe not great.
Not great. And the people in the open air drug market who we see literally every day have never been violent or threatening in any way. Although one of them sucked my neck a couple of years ago. But yeah, you don't want that with 4-year-old kids out there playing kickball.
You prefer not.
Not ideal.
They probably don't love it either.
Yeah. That's
We're like, all these kids.
Oh, I thought you meant the kids don't love it. I'm like, I don't know. The kids notice much.
Yeah, the kids probably don't notice.
Also, would you guys take part in a scream club?
What?
You heard of these?
Sure.
I have heard of these. There's one in St. Louis.
Really?
Mhm.
Should get them on the show.
They go down to the arch and they scream, from what I understand.
Wait,
Really?
What?
So you just let off all of your stress and
Kevin's
anxiety.
intrigued.
Oh, I don't need
And
to-
you
yeah.
get together in a big circle and you scream.
Oh.
I'm sure there's more to it than that, but
Yeah.
maybe there's not more to it.
Yeah. All right.
I don't think that would make me personally feel better, but I get why other people like doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got to protect the moneymaker. I can't be doing that.
Right.
But give me a rage room, though. I'd have fun with that.
Yeah, that would be kind of fun.
We should try to book one of those.
Beat up on stuff.
Yeah, that's pretty great.
We could just create one here.
I don't know why, but breaking things feels so good.
Hey, it's Debbie Monterey. If you or someone you know has a home to sell, call Gloria Lou. That's right, Gloria Lou, owner of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. Gloria is here with me now. And when it comes to St. Louis area market conditions, what advice do you have for home sellers in today's market?
Well, most importantly, I understand every seller's situation is different. Some sellers need to sell, and some sellers want to sell. And a lot of my sellers are looking to buy, and they also have a home to sell. My advice in this uncertain market is to get an upfront written guarantee. That way, you know exactly how much you stand to make with your home sale. My guarantee sale offer is simple. I'll sell your home at 100% market value, or I'll pay you the difference.
Take it from me, Debbie Monterey. Sell with certainty and an upfront written guarantee with Gloria Lou. 314-325-6888. 314-325-6888 or visit GloriaHasTheBuyers.com. That's GloriaHasTheBuyers.com. Gloria and seller must agree on price and possession date.
St. Louis, fall is finally here and back with everything you love about the holiday season. Trans-Siberian Orchestra brings the Ghosts of Christmas Eve to Enterprise Center, December 23rd at 3 p.m. A portion of the proceeds benefits Siteman Kids at St. Louis Children's Hospital. Trans-Siberian Orchestra, the Ghosts of Christmas Eve at Enterprise Center, December 23rd at 3 p.m. For more information, kingmox.com/events.
From your friends at Lombardo Homes, congrats to Dave Glover and the DGS Show on 25 years of building something great. Thanks for keeping St. Louis entertained, informed, and laughing all along the way.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio.
Nobody had to tell your grandparents not to drive while using their typewriters. Why should it be any different for us kids and our cell phones? Distracted driving was the cause of more than 3,000 deaths in 2022. Come on, we're smarter than this. Let's put down the phones and focus on the roads. Drive safe, everybody.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
It's easy to feel apprehensive about getting screened for cancer or to just keep putting it off. But Siteman Cancer Center wants to remind you how important it is, especially after the age of 40. And they also want you to know how easy it is to get it done. GetScreenedNow.com has all the information you need on cancers like prostate, breast, colon, lung cancer. You can also find out your risk of disease by answering just a few simple questions. And then you can find one of the hundreds of screening locations in the area. Even if you're a little farther out, there is probably a place near you. You have heard this before, but catching cancer early dramatically increases the odds of a successful treatment, especially with so many cancers showing up earlier in life. So do not be intimidated. Siteman will make the process as simple as possible. GetScreenedNow.com. Do it for your family and friends who count on you. Do it for yourself. Visit GetScreenedNow.com.
For all station contest rules, go to KMOX.com/rules.
Welcome back, DGS 150. Attorney Brad Young is going to be with us at the top of the hour. Should be really good. He has some great cases to go over, including the NBA cheating scandal. He's really intrigued by that. So I have some thoughts / questions that are way above my pay grade. They're about Russia and Ukraine and countries going to war, clearly above my pay grade. And it's not about Trump or Trump being stupid or anything like that. It's simply this. Maybe this is just the way the world has always been, but I thought it had changed. But what's the difference with Putin invading a sovereign country, killing hundreds of thousands of people, committing war crimes, according to the UN, losing hundreds of thousands of his own people, and then after 3 years going, okay, we're all the territory you've taken, you just get to keep if you stop killing us, and you just go on with life. How's that different from like a guy who's robbing a bank and the cops come in and they're like, okay, whatever you got in the bag, you can keep, but just get the hell out of here. Like, how do we just go? Let's say that they settle this thing in the next, like this year. How do we just go on and treat Russia like, oh, we're cool? Well, you guys got into a bit of a scuffle there, but you figured it out. Boys will be boys. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It just seems like we've either never had it, and I just glorified the World War II generation, or we had it and we lost it, where the world holds aggressors responsible.
I don't know. People are probably not going to like the question I'm going to ask, but how did the world look at us after Iraq? We had every right to go into Afghanistan. We had every right to pursue Osama bin Laden and all of that, but Iraq had nothing to do with any of that. And we know that in hindsight. We knew that. A lot of people were saying it at the time. You know, some of the, investigators that were looking into the yellow cake and all that stuff. We went in and had a full-ass invasion of Iraq, killed countless of civilians, and that was never they were never connected to bin Laden in any real way. And people, there are books about it now. This is not some conspiracy theory. You know, that connection was never made. I mean, the information that was presented as the grounds for invading Iraq was not correct. The presentation to the United Nations was inaccurate. And that's being kind, because some people called it flat out fabrication of evidence. How did the world look at us? How do they look at us now after that? Because again, I don't think anybody bats an eye at us going into Afghanistan to pursue Al-Qaeda. There was an attack against us. That's where they were. The government there that was existing, the Taliban, would not turn them over, would not let us in. So it's a different animal. I don't think there's any real criticism of that. But the Iraq case is different. And it's not for the same reasons, right? We didn't say, well, this always used to belong to us, which is what Russia's saying. This used to be our land and we're taking it back. But it's not the same case for going. But our case for going was not what we presented. That was not correct. And it led to a lot of our soldiers dying and getting sick from the burn pits and all of that stuff. And it led to a lot of civilian deaths too. How does the world look at us? And that's and by the way, this is as a roundabout way of getting to answering the question you're asking. Because all the big countries do this stuff. China's doing stuff, and they're probably going to do more. You know, I mean, like all of the big, look at the things that the British Empire did for centuries. Just taking countries over, like, yep, this is ours now. And we'll, you know, maybe someday you'll get it back. I mean, I think there's just because history is so loaded with the big boys doing these things. How did the United States even come to exist? Because the world powers at the time just came over and said, yep, that's ours now. And we'll fight over the pieces and we'll figure out what's next. But like, that's just, you know, name a big, powerful nation that has never done these things. And that's not justifying Russia at all, because what they did is wrong and they killed innocent people. I'm just saying, I think that to answer your question, why do people allow it? Because everybody looks in the mirror and they look at their own history, and whether it's recent history or a little further back, you're not going to find world powers that didn't do these things. I mean, Japan's not doing this stuff now. 80 years ago, Japan was taking over big chunks of China and taking over a lot of Southeast Asia during World War II. And then obviously bombing Pearl Harbor. Like, so every big nation, every big power has something in their not too distant past that's like, yeah, we kind of did that.
Maybe Ryan, Rach, any thoughts?
I mean, I think it would be different if Ukraine was a NATO country. I think we would be holding them a lot more accountable because we have obligations towards that.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of people just look at the situation and go like, okay, yes, there was obviously like a huge miscarriage of justice here, but what are we supposed to do without getting ourselves too involved? I mean, the U.S. is already pretty involved in the situation. Like, how much farther are we supposed to go?
Yeah, I mean, you know, what's the UK going to say? I mean, they were having problems with Ireland in our lifetimes, and oppressing people there, and I mean, it sucks. But I think your general point, Dave, about this is how it's always been. I think that's the answer.
Hey, it's Matt Pauley for i3 Broadband, the internet provider in the Pauley household. I think you'd love it if you had them as well. We've got the 2 gig package at our home, 2 gig upload, 2 gig download mirrored, and we're spending less money than we did with the cable company for lesser service. Plus, right now, they've got savings over $400 beyond their already low standard pricing. You got questions? They've got answers. Call 877-976-0711, and they've got people there who can answer all your questions, or head to their website, i3broadband.com.
Insulate your next project and save big money with Knauf fiberglass insulation at Menards. From cut to length rolls to pre-cut bats and blow-in insulation, Menards has everything you need to add comfort and energy efficiency to your home. Plus, you can add even more savings with federal tax credits on qualifying energy-efficient upgrades ending soon. Check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for all the great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
Community America is stepping up in St. Louis and showing what excellence in banking looks like. Or in other words, they're winning. Opening more branches? Win. Competitive loan rates? Win. Wealth management? Win. Which now makes sense why they asked me, Cardinal shortstop Mason Wynn, to tell you. That's win with 2 N's, not one. It's time to bank like the Mason winner you are. It's time your financial partner was invested in you. Member owned, open to all. Community America Credit Union, invested in you.
Dave, congratulations on your 25th anniversary from BioBalance Health, Dr. Sullivan, and me personally.
You have single-handedly helped us reach hundreds of new patients, both men and women, over the past 15 years. Since 2010, BioBalance has been treating men and women over the age of 40 with testosterone pellets and preventative medicine.
BioBalance Health was the first medical hormone pellet practice in St. Louis. Now we are the most successful.
Dave has not only been our partner at BioBalance Health, but also our patient and great friend. Thanks, Dave.
Are you tired of online threats? Then get an antivirus. It's the only online protection you will ever need.
Disclaimer: an antivirus is just half protection online. It will not protect you from snoopers or encrypt your traffic. So get better online protection with NordVPN. NordVPN will encrypt your traffic, protect you from malware and phishing, and stop annoying ads. Save 77% on NordVPN and get 3 extra months.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. Ever wonder why Big Wireless wants you on an unlimited plan? They probably want you to cover the cost of those 20-somethings using all that data every month. But most people 50 and up like me only use 12 gigs or less. Don't get bamboozled by Big Wireless. Switch to Consumer Cellular. Our plans start at just $20, and we use the same towers as the big guys. Join the millions who choose something better, because if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com/facts or a store near you. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app, is coming soon to the Show Me State. New Missouri customers can download the DraftKings Sportsbook app today. And when we go live, place just a $5 bet to unlock $300 in bonus bets. Starting November 17th, you can create your DraftKings Sportsbook account in Missouri and get ready for launch day on December 1st. DraftKings Sportsbook brings you everything you need to elevate your game day, including live in-game betting, lightning-fast payouts, and endless ways to get in on the action, all right from your phone. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and grab $300 in bonus bets with just a $5 bet when we go live December 1st. In partnership with DraftKings Sportsbook, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 and over. Physically present in Missouri. Eligibility restrictions apply. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. Excludes customers who redeem pre-launch sign-up offer. Terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos.
Mid-America's most trusted voice for news. KMOX AM St. Louis. KMOX FM Hazelwood. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
At 2 o'clock, we've got sunshine. Right now, 62 degrees downtown at the Arch. After last winter's meltdown, or lack thereof, St. Louis is making changes to how the city handles snowfall.
The city is introducing new, smaller trucks and plows to allow them to finally address some side streets. However, a major issue last year was then Streets Director Bethany Williams being misled by plow drivers on the conditions of roads they were meant to cover. Interim Director Kent Flake says this winter will be different.
So the big deal is communicate. With this administration, we're in constant communication every day. And I don't see that being an issue at all.
Other changes include higher wages and incentives for plow drivers, and a new pilot program to make salt accessible for community organizations is in the works. Sean Malone, KMOX News.
The son of Illinois gubernatorial candidate Darren Bailey has died, along with 3 family members, in a helicopter crash last night. Nancy Hardy has more.
Darren Bailey's campaign announced his son Zachary, daughter-in-law Kelsey, and 2 grandchildren were killed. They are 12-year-old Veda Rose and 7-year-old Samuel. The Bailey campaign says another grandson, 10-year-old Finn, was not on board the helicopter and is okay. Darren and his wife Cindy described the loss as unimaginable and asked for privacy as they grieve. The Tribune reports Bailey's running mate says Zach Bailey was piloting the helicopter and was in Montana for a business event related to helicopters that he uses for the family farm business. The NTSB says it's investigating a helicopter crash in Ekalaka, Montana.
Stuart McMillan reports on the latest operation by the Missouri Governor's Special Police Task Force.
Missouri Governor Mike Kehoe announced the new Gateway Regional Criminal Interdiction Task Force back in June and includes 25 different police agencies in St. Charles and St. Louis counties. Their October operation saw 122 warrants cleared, 35 total arrests made. The task force is under the umbrella of the governor's Safer Missouri Anti-Crime Plan.
The East Wing of the White House has been demolished as part of the effort to build President Trump's new ballroom.
White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt says the demolition was necessary.
Trust the process. This is going to be a magnificent addition to the White House for many years to come.
As to whether the National Capital Planning Commission signed off on the demolition,
A submission is not required legally for that. Only for vertical construction will a submission be required, and that's a legal opinion from them.
she added no taxpayer dollars are being used to fund the project. Linda Kenyon, CBS News, Washington.
The head coach of the Portland Trailblazers and a player for the Miami Heat arrested along with 30 other people in 2 criminal cases alleging sprawling schemes to rake in millions by rigging sports bets and poker games involving mafia families. FBI Director Kash Patel.
And the fraud is mind-boggling. It's not hundreds of dollars. It's not thousands of dollars. It's not tens of thousands of dollars. It's not even millions of dollars. We're talking about tens of millions of dollars in fraud and theft and robbery. across a multi-year investigation.
From the KMOX Business Desk, sponsored by Krentz Financial Group, KFGadvisors.com. Could you be replaced by AI in the workplace?
Yeah, well, this has been such a big question that people have had across the last couple of years.
James Atkinson with SHRM, the Society for HR Management, tells KMOX customer preferences may override a company's bottom line desire to save on staff salary.
When I walk on a plane, I'm comforted by seeing a pilot in the front, but that plane can pretty much take off and land all by itself without a human up there. But none of us are excited about getting on a plane without that human there.
The Dow from Stifel's up 194 points to 46,785.
Classic October weather across St. Louis. The winds are light for a change this afternoon. Lots of sunshine. 66 for the high. Tonight, clear and cold. 50s for evening plans. 41 for the overnight low. Kind of nippy. Friday, increasing clouds fairly quickly, but it's a dry day Friday, though it's a chilly day with the added clouds, 60 degrees. Nothing more than a couple of spotty showers around Friday night, and over the weekend, it does not look like much. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
We've got blue sky. Right now it's 62 downtown. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
DEA's National Prescription Drug Takeback Day. Learn more at DEATakeback.com.
Help keep our community safe and healthy during National Prescription Drug Takeback Day, October 25th. Find a collection site near you at DEATakeback.com. Do your part to lower overdose deaths and prevent drug misuse before it starts.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Welcome back, guys. DGS 205. I'm going to be cutting out right after Dave Murray. I'm going to go to the 97.1 FM Talk 25th anniversary celebration tonight. Do a hit with Reardon and Mark Cox. So the guys will take care of you from about 4 p.m. on. Attorney Brad Young joins us. Hey, Brad.
Hey, Dave.
Hey, I heard your well wishes this morning for the first time. Thank you for doing that. That was very cool.
Oh, you're welcome. It was a pleasure to mock your legal career.
Yes, it was very funny. The 0 billable hours. I like that one.
Yep.
So I know you want to start out. We talked about it for a couple of minutes, but give us your legal analysis of this NBA scandal.
Well, there's two parts of it, and I'm sorry I didn't get to hear your earlier discussion on it because I do have to keep track of billable hours.
Yeah.
But no, there's two parts of this. One was this part where they were using insider sports information to bet on games, like when LeBron James was going to miss part of a game, and they could use that information to bet on what's called proposition or prop bets on how he would do over and under, how many points that LeBron's going to score in a game. They were using that. That's part one.
Yeah, that was Daniel Jones. That was the retired player who was
exactly
at the time a Lakers player and was passing information about health status. Yeah.
Yeah. And then the second part of it is really like something out of a movie or the show Poker Face, if you've ever watched that, where some of these guys, because they had big names, and in particular Damon Jones was also in there, but they would have these poker games in New York, Miami, a couple places in California and elsewhere, where they would invite rich people to come and play poker, but they were using X-ray machines that were built into the tables to read the cards.
Wow.
They had electronic sensors inside the cards. They had modified the deck shuffling machines to shuffle them a certain way.
Yeah.
And then they were giving a cut of the proceeds to the mafia so that the mafia could go and enforce and collect on the bets. I mean, to say that this is a Law and Order episode, if we saw this on Law and Order, we'd say, there's no way that could happen. And yet, here we are.
So, Brad, is it your understanding that the mafia was the one that, set up the tables and all this, or was it the NBA guys and the mafia were just enforcers?
Well, at least what's been publicly reported, there was the Gambino family, the Genovese family, and the Bonanno families, which are, of course, all mafia families. They were the ones who already had the tables and the equipment,
Right.
and the altered devices. So they were, here, use our equipment. We're not using it. And then it was being used to shake down these other people. But this was run by the mafia families, at least what's being publicly reported.
Yeah.
And these NBA players were just brought in, as eye candy, so that people would want to come and play the game.
They called them face cards.
Yes.
So that that was
absolutely.
the nickname they had for these, for Chauncey Billups, for Damon Jones. So it's like adding legitimacy to the game, because here are famous people at this poker table with you. So it must be a real thing. It must be legit. That's the way it was set up.
Yeah, and these people are facing serious charges. I did a little math a little while ago, and on the conspiracy to commit wire fraud, which is charges against Rozier and Damon Jones, up to 20 years for each count. Conspiracy to launder money, again, both cases up to 20 years for each count. There's something called the Hobbs Act, which prohibits extortion or conspiracy. That's anything that has to do with the mob. That's also up to 20 years per count. So these are serious charges. And, the feds usually don't bring charges unless they have overwhelming evidence. I haven't seen the actual indictments yet. They've not been released, but I'll be looking those over when they're publicly available. But I'm assuming that the evidence here is extraordinarily detailed.
The next case, really interesting. Ruling on backyard chickens bill threatens St. Louis development projects.
Yeah. I mean, how could those two things be related, right? But there was a bill that went into law. It was 2024. And basically it was done in response to HOAs preventing people from having chickens in their backyard. And so this law was passed in 2024, signed into law, that allowed, basically it overrode HOAs and said HOAs cannot prohibit backyard chickens. If someone wants to raise a few chickens in the backyard, an HOA can't do anything about it. Well, that whole bill was stricken and ruled unconstitutional earlier this week. And the reason it was ruled unconstitutional is because there were lots of things in what was called this omnibus bill. It dealt with chickens, but it also dealt with electric charging stations. It also had restrictions on local eviction moratoriums, changes to sewer district governance, those things that are boring, but also had the expansion of state historic tax credits. And so when the judge struck this law, he struck the entire law because it violated what's called the single subject rule in Missouri, which means if you throw a whole bunch of things into one bill, you can't do that. You have to separate out the topics in different bills. So the whole law was thrown out because of the chickens, but because of this issue, it also eliminated the tax credits for historic buildings. And that's going to prevent the rehab on the Railway Exchange building downtown, as well as the AT&T building.
So what do they do now?
Well, the options are the Attorney General does have the option to appeal the ruling, and I think that's going to be certain. But I don't really see this going anywhere on appeal because it clearly violates this practice called log rolling, where you stick all kinds of things in one bill. I think that an appeal would be moot. But I do see, though, that legislature in Jeff City is going to have to step up and attempt to reintroduce these individual provisions as separate bills so that this doesn't happen all over again next year.
And the last case, the Constitution does not allow the president to unilaterally blow suspected drug smugglers to smithereens.
Yeah. Well, and this is something that Rand Paul has raised among many Republicans and Democrats. And it's kind of odd because you're saying here, because we all want to cheer for destroying drug carrying boats and drug smugglers. I mean, who could be against that? And I don't know that anybody truly is, but the issue is, does the president have that power? And I looked through this today in detail, and I don't see that authority. Congress has created laws that allow the Coast Guard to basically have law enforcement powers at sea, and the military does not. And so when you're sending in an F-18 to fire a Hellfire missile at a drug smuggling boat or a narco submarine, that's law enforcement taken to the extreme. And only the Coast Guard has that. And if you also look at international law, the requirements are very laid out. They're very clear. And that is, you have to stop the boat, you have to inspect the boat, you have to interdict the boat, you have to make sure that there's evidence collected, you have to catch them in the act, and then you have to try them, give them due process, like we talked about earlier this week. And none of that happens when you simply fire a Hellfire missile at them.
So why does nobody say anything? I mean,
yeah, that was my question too.
Yeah, Rand Paul did, and he explained it very clearly. He was sitting in Congress saying, "Look, they don't make fentanyl there, and that boat the one boat that they blew up, could never even reach the United States. It would need to stop and refuel 20 times to even get there. That it was probably just going from Venezuela to Trinidad and Tobago." And again, that's Rand Paul. That's not some rando, and it's certainly not somebody that's on the liberal left. It's just attacking Trump. Why does nobody say this is not okay? I mean, I guess I get it because people are intimidated by this administration, but if you're not willing to use the power that you have as a senator or as a congressman, then what good are you?
Yeah, that's a great point, Wheels. And the only thing I can think of, and I've thought that through, the only thing I can think of is, and this often happens with legal quandaries, is that the public cannot oftentimes distinguish between a legal position and the party that's involved. For example, when the Nazis wanted to march in Skokie, Illinois in the 1970s, and they were denied a permit because they were Nazis, the ACLU came out and actually argued their case for them. And it seemed odd that the ACLU would be arguing for Nazis. But they weren't arguing for Nazis. They didn't support Nazis, but they supported the idea of free speech. And I think that's similar to what we have here, where no one wants to go out and say, those drug dealers, fentanyl drug dealers are getting a raw deal here. But you're not standing up for the drug dealers. You're standing up for the rule of law.
Yeah, and the power really of your branch of government.
Yeah. So I do hope, and I do think that this will become a louder and louder chorus of complaints, because now there's hints that Trump may want to actually send troops into Venezuela, which would be, number one, colossally bad idea, but number two, an illegal idea, because even under the use of force agreements under the War Powers Act, he wouldn't have the authority to do that, only defensive activities. He argues this is defensive because they're importing drugs, but that's a big stretch, and I don't see any court allowing him to do that absent authorization from Congress.
Brad, what do you make legally and politically of the president saying that he is demanding $230 million from the current DOJ for what the past DOJ did, and yet his own lawyers will have to sign off on it?
That's the poster child for conflict of interest. It really, really is. It's saying the government owes me money, and by when I say government, I mean the executive branch owes me $250 million. And oh, by the way, I'm in charge of the executive branch. I really hope that someone would challenge that. I don't know how that would be challenged. I'm gonna have to research that, which I will, because I'm interested in under what mechanism can you challenge it? I mean, very quickly. For example, lots of people filed lawsuits during the Vietnam War stating that I'm a taxpayer. I don't want my tax dollars going to the Vietnam War. All of those were shut down, 100%, because being a taxpayer was not enough standing, which is the legal way of saying I've got skin in this game. Just being a taxpayer is not enough standing to do that. So I'd have to see how that act would be challenged, other than on the basis of I don't want my tax dollars going to self-deal and have Trump pay himself $250 million.
Thank you, Brad. We appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Tell you guys about Bethesda, and in particular the Barclay House. So what Bethesda has asked me to do is to talk about their communities, their apartment buildings where it's not skilled nursing, it's not assisted living, it's for people who can take care of themselves. Maybe you're on your own, maybe you're a married couple, maybe you have a roommate or something, but older people who want to be treated with the respect and kindness and compassion that they deserve in a building that is close to grocery stores and coffee shops and all kinds of shopping and things like that. Today, in particular, I want to tell you about Bethesda Barclay House, which is literally directly across from Shaw Park in Clayton, right across from the pool. It is absolutely gorgeous, and there's no way I can overstate how nice it is. This is not puffery. This is not salesmanship. The Barclay House is true luxury living. If you're interested in the Barclay House for yourself or maybe your parents, 314-963-2141 for Bethesda in general and the other 6 communities, BethesdaHealth.org.
Hi, this is Jill Schlesinger, CBS News business analyst, certified financial planner, and the host of the Jill on Money podcast. This is the show where your money is not scary. It's a show that's all about you. It's your questions that make it possible for me to provide unconventional and entertaining insights on your money and, more importantly, on your life. Listen and follow Jill on Money on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have Leaf Filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
To get this special radio offer, go to leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today and get up to 30% off. That's leaffilter.com/deal for up to 30% off. leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
Hey, St. Louis, the MLS Next Pro playoffs are here. Join us at Energizer Park as #1 seed St. Louis City 2 continue their run for the MLS Next Pro Cup. See the future of City SC soccer when City 2 take on Minnesota United 2 in the Western Conference semifinals this Sunday, October 26th at 5 p.m. Face painting, player autographs, and fun for the whole family. Tickets are only $16. Get yours now at stlcitysc.com/tickets.
Hi, Stacy with Fairwinds Rivers Edge Senior Living in St. Charles. Are you a senior seeking a fun retirement? Do you want less work and more play? Do you want to enjoy great food that you don't have to cook? Then I know. Stop what you're doing right now and call Fairwinds. Set up a time to visit and have a meal. Meet some of our awesome residents. Check us out online at fairwindsriversedge.com. We hope to talk with you soon.
Celebrate the spooky season with Zero Res and get 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at just $129. Take 15% off your air duct and dryer vent cleaning. Book online at ZeroResSTL.com and take advantage of the huge savings.
Renewal by Andersen is the #1 window and door brand for customer service. Schedule your free inspection today. Just dial pound 250 on your phone and say the keyword Windows. That's pound 250 keyword Windows, or head to RBASTL.com.
The Dave Glover Show, weekdays at 1 on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
This was the very first song I learned to play on guitar. 4th grade. My brother had, how old are you in 4th grade?
9.
Like 9. Okay. So I got my first guitar at 9. It was like 72, I think, 73, yellow Telecaster. It's like I went ahead and bought that one later on in life because my brother took it back from me, the original one, because I beat the hell out of it. And then I gave it to Nick when he turned 30. And I never got any better. Like I learned all the cowboy chords from a Mel Bay book, and I could play all the songs, and I never practiced again.
Yeah.
kind of a pattern with me. I did take 2 guitar lessons from Mr. Coons, who is my 7th grade biology teacher a little later on. And we're playing like the Mexican hat dance and stuff like that. I'm like, this blows.
Yeah.
This is work.
Didn't take for me either.
You tried?
I did. My mom signed me up for, I don't know, it's like a 5 or 6 week class, like 4 or 5 kids and an instructor. And then I did like private lessons for maybe 4 or 5 times. And I just hated it. I hated it. Well, first of all, because it was boring. I had an acoustic guitar and I had to play boring things I didn't want to play. And I'm like, well, between this and just running around playing sports outside, I'm going to choose that. If you're going to teach me how to be Eddie Van Halen, let's go. But like, you got to do the other stuff first.
I think, I'm not sure whether it's an ad for something or if I just saw an interview or what have you, but someone was talking about, I think it was Shohei Ohtani, and how he's great because of the boring stuff. That he does stuff all day, every day that's really boring, and that's why he's great. And that hits home for me.
No, that's 100%. You know, that's my experience in sport. That's why you got to have a particular passion for a particular thing to be great at it.
Yeah.
Right? Like for me, baseball, the boring stuff was fun.
Yeah.
I loved taking batting practice and hitting off a tee. I loved taking ground balls and blocking pitches and receiving bullpens and all that. Yeah, that was fun to me. Playing, you know, whatever dumb kid song with a acoustic guitar was not fun to me.
What did you think about McDonald's?
Yeah, so I saw a video kind of making a point how McDonald's and Burger King and Wendy's, and we've touched on this, I think, at some point in the past, their CEOs are constantly out there complaining how they're losing customers, you know, the economy's killing their businesses. But then other places like Chick-fil-A, In-N-Out Burger, other similar places that are of the same type of fast food are killing it. They're doing great. They're setting records. They're making profits. And this guy was making the point that it's not just the economy that's hurting you, although part of it, using McDonald's as the example, was just how much they've increased their prices in the last 5 or 6 years. Like, I think he wanted to say they tripled in a very short amount of time, like maybe a 7 or 8 year, 10-year window. And that when you're not providing the best, it's got to be super cheap or nobody wants it. If the price comparison is even close between those other three, McDonald's, Burger King, and Wendy's, and say Chick-fil-A, well, where are you going to go? You're going to go to the place where you get better service every time. You're going to go to the place where you're getting a better quality of food every time, and there's no variation. And it's interesting because why is that the case? Why is Chick-fil-A so much better? Why is it run so much better than McDonald's? Why is it always the friendliest place on earth? Why do they never get your order wrong?
I think you're only allowed to own one Chick-fil-A store.
Each franchisee? Well,
yes.
Yeah, again. So, but that gets back to the same point. The people that own the franchises need to enforce standards. Because they're franchises for Chick-fil-A. Those aren't O&Os. Those aren't owned and operated by the company. Well, because their franchise owners probably have to sign an agreement saying we will enforce these standards. And these standards, we're always going to be friendly. We're always going to get everything right. We're going to be fast. Even though our drive-through line is 5 times the length of McDonald's drive-through, we're going to move just as fast as they are because you have it locked down. And basically this guy's point was, and he worked in the industry of like evaluating restaurants, like stop complaining, just get better. Do a better job. It's not just, the economy's hurting every business, right? It's tough for everybody. But others are beating you because they just do it better. Better quality at the same price with better service.
Okay, I'm going to make a big statement, and this may cause my friend Andrew to come after me. But it seems to me like we all just need to acknowledge the truth that especially McDonald's, but also its compadres like, Wendy's.
Yeah.
They're just slop.
Yeah.
Wrong.
They're total slop. Especially compared to what they used to be, like a Big Mac, get that out of here. That's not even close to a Big Mac, but it's our familiar slop.
Yeah.
I eat McDonald's more now than I ever have. It's familiar, it's fast, it's easy. I'm stupid for paying $25 on DoorDash, but I'll do it sometimes.
Yeah.
But it's terrible.
Yeah, well, a lot of those places, it depends on which one you're going to.
For sure.
Because some are run poorly and some are not
I dare you to go to the one on Jefferson.
But this is, again, but you can enforce a corporate-wide standard.
Andrew?
I mean, some of them do it, and they do it really well.
Yes.
Your thoughts?
I mean, I've always said, I think when it comes to stuff like you say it's slop, it used to be so good, and now it's slop. I think you have rose-colored glasses. I think that it was delicious because you had not a care in the world, and
There's certainly a component of that, but I promise you anyone my age can confirm people cared more back then because the young kids that were working there were afraid of the managers and the managers were afraid of the owners. And so you put the pickles in the right place, even if you didn't want to, And today, I think people are just like, what the hell do I care?
Wake up informed. Wake up empowered. Wake up to Total Information AM, your morning must.
Hi, this is Debbie Monterey. I'm Megan Lynch.
This is Tom Ackerman. From local news to breaking headlines to weather, traffic, and the stories that matter most, we've got you covered before your first sip of coffee. Expert analysis, bright perspectives from the people you trust. Total Information AM. Your day starts here. Mornings beginning at 5 on 104.1 FM. KMOX.
Let me tell you about this new Pretzel Cheddar Club. Hey, I'm Carlos.
And I'm Ebony. And a little thing we love about the Chick-fil-A Pretzel Cheddar Club
Is the tangy Dijon with the pretzel bun. It takes it to a whole nother level.
it goes perfectly with the chicken and the cheddar cheese and the bacon.
Man, you know how much you love bacon. And I love the different varieties. Grilled, spicy, original. It gets you nice and excited for fall.
Order the Pretzel Cheddar Club with cherry berry and Sprite for a limited time on the Chick-fil-A app. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
There's nothing like when you get that part from eBay and it just fits. Yeah, the first time. So you can do less of this and get right back to more of this. At eBay, you'll find all the parts you need, guaranteed to fit, at prices you'll love. Sounds good, doesn't it? eBay, things people love. Eligible items only, exclusions apply.
You've got your whole life ahead of you, so choose a Medicare plan you can count on. And that's what you get with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. With more than 45 years' experience serving its members, United Healthcare has plans with low monthly premiums that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today. United Healthcare Medicare plans. It's Medicare coverage Missouri can count on.
Dave Murray's weather forecast is sponsored by Age Smart Community Resources.
Classic October weather across St. Louis. The winds are light for a change this afternoon. Lots of sunshine. 66 for the high. Tonight, clear and cold. 50s for evening plans. 41 for the overnight low. Kind of nippy. Friday, increasing clouds fairly quickly, but it's a dry day Friday, though it's a chilly day with the added clouds, 60 degrees. Nothing more than a couple of spotty showers around Friday night, and over the weekend, it does not look like much. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
1 in 4 employees is also a caregiver. The CARES program connects them with expert support, helping reduce stress, boost retention, and save your business money. Learn more at agesmart.org or call 618-222-2561, serving 7 counties in Southwest Illinois.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9834. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9834. That's 800-575-9834. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Hey guys, Kevin Wheeler here. I want to talk to you about Game Day Men's Health, and you can find them at GameDayMen'sHealth.com. And if you're struggling with something, anything, low energy, performance issues in the bedroom, you're not getting the benefit of your workouts the way that you want, or maybe you're thinking about medical weight loss, don't just deal with it. Don't wait. Don't be embarrassed. Go to Game Day Men's Health. They'll take great care of you. And look, they understand a lot of things. First of all, they run this stuff first class. There is no cutting of corners anywhere. Everything is done in-house, which is why they can do things quickly, because they understand we're all on schedules, man. We're all busy. So in 1 hour, you can get all the tests done that you need, the results that go with those tests, and a full consultation to talk about what will work best to fit the goals that you have laid out for them. But again, no corners are cut to do any of that. Everything's done in-house with a state-of-the-art lab. They got efficient processes that make things work quickly. And like when you're going in for your regular visit, not the full consultation, you're in and out in literally minutes. Like you go in there within 2, 3, 4 minutes, you are back out the door because they have everything set up and ready to go when you get there. So when it comes to medical weight loss, they've got their own pharmacy, by the way, that allows them to give you all of the top FDA certified, options for treatment. They can take care of it. And by the way, it's Game Day Men's Health, but they can do the medical weight loss for women as well. So check it out, GameDayMen'sHealth.com, and get back to the top of your game with Game Day Men's Health.
Dave Glover, celebrating 25 years.
Hi, Dave. It's Janelle, your favorite influencer movie critic, Holiel, wishing you a happy 25th anniversary. I've been a listener since the I Get It days, and now I'm lucky enough to be part of the ever-expanding Glover family. Definite 5 out of 5 stars. Would recommend.
Sponsored by Law Office of Susan L. Ward.
Welcome back, guys. DJS 234. Janelle just did her congratulations. She'll be here at the top of the hour, 3 p.m. We're just talking about all that kind of stuff. I do think it's a really interesting discussion now that I'm 61 about the generational thing, which Wheels is big on, but he's more generational as in like, well, 1,000 years ago. But what you just said, like, no, you just ate McDonald's when you were young and happy and you had hair and it just seemed better. And I have to say, I really don't think that's true most of the time. Like I'm 61, not 1,061. Like I remember distinctly what a Big Mac looked like. You know what I mean? But it's an interesting concept.
Yeah, I mean, for example, I don't think McDonald's has changed at all since I was a little kid. And so I think it's the same it was 30 years ago. You know what I mean? So that's why I find it so like hard to believe that it was like something, a radically different product.
Yeah, it was
50 years ago when it wasn't 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was different. It was different 30 years ago, Andrew. And because like the what goes into the items changes a little bit here and there, some of it for improvements too, by the way. But it is about my view of it. And I think you'll agree, Dave, it's about how it's put together. So like when we go to Taco Bell, I'm a huge Taco Bell fan. Most everything at Taco Bell is the same stuff, just in a different package, right? It's in a hard shell or a soft shell. It's a burrito or it's a taco, but it's kind of the same stuff. How it's put together and with the care with which it is put together impacts the quality of that meal, impacts the quality of that, whatever, the taco, burrito, whatever. And I think that's kind of what we're talking about. If the burgers are overdone because someone's only half-assed paying attention, well, then all those burgers that they just overdid are not going to be as good as what they should be.
Yeah, but that's making a wild assumption that every single fast food, anything you're ever going to have now is put together by a miserable sack of garbage that hates its life.
Andrew, nobody's assuming anything. We're talking
That is what
about,
you're assuming.
No, we're talking about the experience that we're having now compared to the experience that we had 20 years ago or 30 years ago.
I don't think there
was more consistency in the product that you got when people were paying better attention.
Can I weigh in?
Please.
Okay, maybe 30 years. When I was a little kid, going to McDonald's was a treat for like most people.
Oh, yeah.
Somewhere along the line, it became a convenience where it's like, I should be able to expect to have this for dinner as many times a week as. But there was just something that shifted in our culture where it was less of a treat and more of just like a thing you take for granted. When that happens, more and more people are going to the McDonald's. They're having to make more and more burgers than they ever have before. So I don't know if it's like they don't care as much as it's they're so busy. I would assume a rush in 2025 is going to be a lot different than a rush in 1975.
Yeah.
So if it's put together differently, it's just because they're dealing with more. I'm sure it's like any other corporation on the planet. The lowest paid employees are having more and more stuff piled on them and less help all the time. So I don't know if it's necessarily like, oh, they just don't care. I'm sure plenty of people don't care, but it's just, I think it's a different environment and a different level of pressure and a they're expected to crank out so much more. now.
I don't think you're wrong. I can tell you though that what's not generational, I think, is that teenagers don't care. When I was a teenager working at Mr. Donut, I didn't care at all.
Right.
I didn't give a rat's ass
No.
whether the Long John was properly iced or not, but I did it because, like I said, there was fear. I was afraid of my manager. He intimidated me. And beyond that, if I were to get fired or something, my mom and dad would have just death.
Right.
That was just not an option, getting
Right.
fired in, 1982, whatever it was. And I think that's changed.
Yeah.
And I think all you have to do, like, we all know, kind of, we don't all live everywhere, but we all kind of know where the good McDonald's is and
Yes.
the bad McDonald's
That's
and
right.
the good Taco Bell
So
and
what's the
bad
difference?
Taco Bell, the ownership.
Yeah, because they're serving the exact same physical product.
Yeah.
I don't.
So when you know that, and
I
that's
feel like
the
I need
point.
to say
Some places are good and well run, I go to those places because of that.
I feel like I need to point out, I don't think the solution here is that we need to terrify minimum wage workers. I don't think that's the answer.
It's not about
You keep,
terrify,
well,
it's about-
Dave
it's
keeps
about-
coming back to like, well, they were scared of the managers, and then the managers were scared of the owners. I don't know if that's necessarily.
You were
the
afraid to
solution.
lose your job, and right now you're not, because most places don't have enough people to begin with. So they're afraid of people quitting, which means you can't enforce a standard because people can then just quit. And and that's part of the problem. And it's not and this is not all on an employee's fault. It's just part of the circumstance.
Well, if you're describing it like that, then none of it is
And
the
in
employee's fault.
reality, when you made minimum wage 25, 30 years ago, minimum wage was closer to what people needed to live. When minimum wage has not grown enough, it has not matched inflation. So when you're not matching inflation and it's a job that everybody could just care less about, well, why would you care?
Yeah, so why is any of that the employee's fault?
It's
That's not the employee's fault.
No,
It's the company's
Andrew,
fault.
Andrew, it doesn't change the fact that they're still not doing the job at the level that they need to. I understand why. I'm not saying they're the villain. There's a lot of things at play here. But when someone has no incentive to care, then they might not give me the product that I need. And why is it different at Chick-fil-A? Why is it different at In-N-Out Burger? Why is one McDonald's different than another McDonald's? It's because
or do
it's
you not think they are?
Because they are different, and we all know it.
Do you think they're different?
I'm sorry.
From like one McDonald's to another, or McDonald's to Chick-fil-A? Do you
Oh,
think?
sure, yeah.
Yeah,
No,
I've got two within 2 miles of my house, and one is very different than the other.
I'm getting Taco Bell tonight. There are 3 Taco Bells in Alton. I know which one I'm going to get Taco Bell.
Right.
And
So
why do
what's
you
the
think-
difference?
Yeah, what's the difference?
I have
What's
no
what's your
idea.
guess?
I have no idea.
Oh, you have some idea.
No, I genuinely don't. I don't
Because
know.
it's better
not
run.
magic.
It's better run. You've got better management, better ownership, or you're paying better, which puts you in competition for better employees.
I have no idea what the difference between them is. I know that when I go to one, I tend to enjoy the food better. I feel like it is better cooked, whatever. But I'm not going to.
But you know there are reasons that are not related to the food.
I have no idea. I can't value
What, you
judgment
think it's
Taco Bell,
magic?
Kevin.
You think it's magic?
No,
It's
I'm
not
saying
complicated.
I'm saying I don't know the difference, and neither do you. And
I
you're like
do.
you said, I'm not value judging Taco Bell based on whether or not I think
Why
the
are you
sody
trying
tastes
to-
better
why
at
are-
one than the other.
Why are you trying to give people a free pass for doing a crappy job?
Because I'm not convinced that they're the problem.
What is then?
There's
something.
No,
Andrew, that is such a cop-out. You know exactly what it is. If two people have the exact same materials and are getting paid the exact same amount of money to do the exact same job, and one doesn't, what's the difference?
I have absolute. What are you talking about? You have no idea what each person's getting paid.
They're going to be relatively close. And by the way, maybe the difference is the good ones pay more. Maybe that's the difference, but there is a difference. It is tangible and measurable. It's not magic and it's not a mystery.
God, I wish I knew everything. Oh, I'm so jealous.
How do you, come on, dude, you have to have like cognitive dissonance to not see this. If you and I each are presented the same things to create the same outcome, and one of us is better at it than the other, there's a reason for that.
What's the reason?
One of us has either been taught better, so we have better knowledge of how to do it and do it the right way, or we care more, or one of us is more qualified, which might mean that we're getting paid more to do it.
Or one of us is getting paid a lot more.
That's what I'm saying. You're getting paid more, so you care more. So there is
I'm
a
not getting
difference. I don't know why you're being obstructionist on this. This is the
I don't
simplest
think I
thing in the
am.
world.
I just think I'm not sure that you know as much as you're convinced that you
Andrew,
do. Is what I'm saying.
For God's sake, it's common sense. If you give two people the same stuff and say, here, make a burger, and one burger is consistently better than the other, what's the difference?
Can I tell you something? I could watch this for hours.
I'm starting to lose
God's
track of
sake.
what we're
I have
arguing
also lost track. I don't know why he's so mad.
Because
I stand by what I said.
what you said makes no sense.
Fine, whatever. I don't care anymore.
Yeah, of course you don't, because you can't back it up. We can't just say blanketly, well, it's not the employee's fault. Clearly it is.
Get him.
And that may start with the manager or the owner of the franchise and not the lowest level guy.
Hey, knock him down a peg, pig dog. They've had it too good for too long.
What are you talking about?
I am so sick of these
just
McDonald's workers ruining my life.
I just named the owners of the places as part of the problem. It's not just the people cooking, but it's clearly everyone working in that place. Because if one place is better than the other with the exact same materials, then it's the humans that are different. It's not complicated, dude.
I would like to declare Kevin the winner so that we can move on.
Okay, done.
Good Lord, man. Woof. Am I crazy?
Yes.
I don't know.
It is funny to think I'm crazy.
Seriously, though. What? Is it magic?
Dog, I said you
So
won.
are you saying that we should just mass fire a bunch of people from Taco Bell?
Is it like do we need like a great rotation?
Here's what I'm saying. If these people that are running these giant corporations would, instead of whining and bitching and complaining about people's behaviors of spending on their products that are falling behind other products, you should hold your franchisees to a standard so the product is consistent and good and the service is consistent and good. So instead of complaining to us about it, go fix your corporation. You're the CEO. This is what you get paid to do. Don't whine like it's everybody else's fault.
You're not placing.
You can enforce that.
You're not placing that end user blame on the CEOs. You're placing it on the minimum wage employees that you're dealing with at each individual restaurant.
I have literally blamed everyone involved in the chain, from the CEO to the very bottom. Because if you have a job and you refuse to care about it for any reason, you're part of the problem.
Wheeler's purple.
I am. I'm freaking out, man. I don't understand. I really don't. I've literally named the CEOs. This whole conversation started with me barking at CEOs.
That's
and
true.
Andrew's like, why are you picking on the little guys? Hey, you know what?
Because you're also picking on the little guys.
Yeah, because I've been the little guy. And you know how I'm not the little guy anymore? Because I did my damn job the right way and I moved up.
You're punching up, and then you're also punching as hard down as you can.
Listen, it's if you think punching down, you think it's punching down to say somebody should try to do their job well, that's a problem.
I think it is punching
You should
down.
try.
I think it is shut up. I think it is punching down for you to blanketly, with no information at all, value judge a minimum wage fast food employee and say that they don't care about their jobs. I think that that is punching job.
I said
that
the
is
ones
punching
that
down,
are
Kevin.
doing a poor job clearly don't care because they have the same tools as the ones that are doing a better job. The exact same cooking tools, the same food, the same grill, the same everything.
You don't know that. We don't have all the same equipment that every other radio station has.
Dude.
Take a break.
I already said he won.
I
don't even know why we're still in this
segment. You're
segment.
saying it as a cop-out because you don't want to actually blame anybody that could be near minimum wage. I mean, look, every person has to do their job for anything to work. Every person. From the boss all the way down to the person who's the newest hire.
And I'm saying, yes, get them. Take them down a peg.
No, you're not. You're being a smart ass.
They've had it too good for too long.
Stop it, man. Stop it.
I'm so sick of what they're doing to me.
Oh, well, somebody's paying me, but I don't need to care. I don't need to care. That's not my fault if I don't care about the job I'm being asked to do. I'm accepting the money, but I don't need to care.
Glenn says the country is falling apart and you guys are talking about this crap.
And
go eat some veggies.
Hey,
I love that. And immediately Nick says, if I go to Taco Bell one more time and they forget my sauce, I may lose it.
I love this show.
And they're both right.
Hey,
Yes, both of them are 100%
right.
To Glenn's point, the country's falling apart. You know what? This is all symbolic of why it's falling apart.
Oh, he's wrapping it around.
Because the people at the very top are too greedy to give a crap about the rest of us. We're too freaking lazy to vote. We're too lazy to take part in anything.
Go get 'em.
And it is our fault, us peons, as much as it is the fault of those big boys in D.C. that we complain about. It's the exact same thing. perfect parallel. Thank you, Glenn. Well done.
I actually don't think it's as much our
It's
fault
the
as
same.
it is there.
Hey, we are the ones that
Not
choose.
to keep it going here,
We
but
are
come
the
on
ones
now.
that choose.
Come on now,
listen,
dog.
Hey, if we're not gonna participate, it's our fault too.
I did not vote for Trump, so is all the stuff that he's
here's the
doing that I
problem.
don't like my fault?
Andrew.
Does anyone kind of want a Big Mac right now?
Well, I would love
Only if
one.
it's from one of the good ones.
But I know that it would be made horribly by some peon moron who
We
can't give
need
an
to
F about
order
it.
one
So
from each of the McDonald's that's closest to us, and then compare.
There you go.
And then we'll give an award
There you
to
go.
the best
I love
restaurant.
I love it. I'm not sure Kevin's coming back.
It's incredible to behold when he gets going.
If you're
like
not watching on the stream, drop what you're doing and go watch it right now.
that. Wheeler for press secretary, says Luke on the screen.
And
hey,
nobody
look at
wants that.
Bobby. Bobby says, I worked at McDonald's that was a triple F rating. We got a new manager and she changed it to a triple A store in less than a year.
Huh. I wonder why.
We do have to take a break. We have to take a break.
Break, Schmick. Let's just keep going at this.
We're blowing out the top of the hour news.
Kevin reminded me of Steve Carell and Anchorman.
I don't know what we're
yelling about.
Janelle says she can't wait to walk in. I need you here, Janelle. Please.
Kevin, do you really love lamp?
Run, don't walk to the studio.
I love lamp.
Oh, boy.
He does have a lamp in his shot.
Smart Mouth Rich?
Yeah, I would love to talk about Smart Mouth. The gum health rinse is really great. If you're having any problems with your gums at all, bleeding gums, gingivitis, whatever's going on with you, try the gum health rinse. You get that same bad breath protection for 24 hours with just 2 rinses a day that only Smart Mouth can provide. Plus, you get advanced germ killing. It helps protect against bleeding gums. It's anti-plaque, it's anti-gingivitis, and it soothes your gums with natural aloe.
Yeah, it really is. It's probably the best product that I have ever represented because it is truly unique. It's the only mouth rinse that has 2 liquids that when they combine have a chemical reaction. Everything else is alcohol-based or mint-based. Everything else just covers up bad breath for maybe 5 or 10 minutes. This is going to knock it for 12 hours. So if you use it in the morning, use it at night, you literally never have bad breath. Go to smartmouth.com/Glover to save $2.50 off your purchase.
KMOX welcomes Trans-Siberian Orchestra, The Ghosts of Christmas Eve at Enterprise Center, December 23rd at 3 p.m. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. A portion of the proceeds benefits Siteman Kids at St. Louis Children's Hospital. Trans-Siberian Orchestra, The Ghosts of Christmas Eve at Enterprise Center, December 23rd at 3 p.m. For more information, KMOX.com/events.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been diagnosed with mesothelioma, call us now. $30 billion was set aside for meso victims. And in most cases, your claim is settled out of court without a jury trial. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2025 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, starting at just $98 a pair.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aid.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
Last month, my business cash flow got tight. Sales were slow. Invoices were late, and payroll was coming fast. My business is everything, and people rely on me. I can't let them down. I applied online at lenseek.com and had business funding in 24 hours.
Business moves fast. Don't wait until it's too late. Whether it's lines of credit, term loans, working capital funding, or revenue-based financing, LendSeek is open for business. Apply now at LENDSEEK.com.
Grammy-nominated Joe Bonamassa, hailed as one of the world's greatest guitar players. Blues rock titan Joe Bonamassa, performing live on November 26th at the Stifel Theater. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Joe Bonamassa. Every show is a new experience.
Seal out drafts, dust, and moisture with MD brand weather stripping from Menards.
seconds.
Create a comfortable living space and seal in the heat with the largest selection of in-stock weather stripping with over 100 products available to take home, and start saving on energy costs today. Save big money in all weather stripping at Menards and check out our weekly flyer on menards.com for more great deals happening this week.
Save big money at Menards.
All right, back in on DGS. I think I scared Dave away.
Yeah, I think Dave's going to go to McDonald's and do a little inspection on those folks.
I think Dave was like, all right, enough of the screaming Mimi.
The stream is blowing up. You
I know,
guys
man.
got the people going today.
So this is, so, you know, you guys, this proves the point
My
that we
weak,
say all
woke,
along.
lack of reason argument. Shut up.
You can see, though, that
Shut up, dingbat.
now I fully get how rage bait works. All I had to do is get angry and everybody's going nuts.
It works, man. It's a real thing.
That was proof in real time that if you play angry, if you get all heated and have hot takes, people are like, hey.
Here he is.
Hey, I didn't scare Dave away.
Did you think it was the top of the hour?
No. I just I talked to Beth for too long.
It was like, I need a minute.
So I gotta.
It's like these breaks aren't long enough.
Wheeler gave me a headache.
No, it was I just told Andrew, there's good radio and there's bad radio, but no one turned that off.
Mm-hmm. we were just joking about how the comments went nuts.
Yes.
And I said that this is just proof that rage bait works.
Well, it's also proof that we're real.
Yeah.
That was
that's
a
true.
real argument.
Yeah.
That was,
I was literally, can I be honest? I was literally afraid for Kevin.
My heart was pounding.
For me?
Yes.
Why?
You didn't seem to breathe that whole time.
I don't need to breathe.
Taylor makes an interesting point. They say I do HVAC services for fast food. Locations don't get the same resources. The bad ones are always ran by workers who are constantly getting requests denied, and the building is falling apart.
Yep. And I'm the owners in that case.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's team effort.
Yes.
Yes.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey guys, Kevin Wheeler here. Coming up on December 1st, America's #1 sportsbook coming to Missouri. That's FanDuel. And of course, you can download the FanDuel Sportsbook app at fanduel.com/Missouri. You'll finally be able to play and bet the way that you want to. All your favorite teams, your favorite sports, the way that you want to, too. Do you want to go old school, point spreads, money lines, over-unders, things along those lines, which is kind of where I gravitate. But also live betting. This is where you can be watching a game and play along in real time. So you're getting a vibe for the game. You're watching a drive develop, for example. You're like, I think this guy's going to be the one that scores the next touchdown. You can have some fun with that on the FanDuel Sportsbook app. I've been with FanDuel forever. I love them. I trust them. I started with the daily fantasy games when they first came on the scene, and when they created the FanDuel Sportsbook, I downloaded that too. And in the past, I could play whenever I wasn't here, when I wasn't in Missouri, when I'd be in Illinois or Michigan or whatever. Well, now coming up on December 1st, I'll be able to play here, and then you can too. And you can find out for yourself why FanDuel is America's #1 sportsbook. Again, it's FanDuel.com/Missouri to download the app. FanDuel is where you play your game. 21 and older and present in Missouri to play. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Taking care of your health should be simple. And with the Neovitin monthly subscription, it finally is. Choose your doctor-formulated multivitamin and we'll deliver it straight to your door every month. No more running out, no more remembering to reorder, just consistent nutrition made easy. Plus, Subscribers save 10% every month and can pause or cancel at any time. Visit neovitan.com and start your subscription today. Neovitan, trusted nutrition every day.
When you want a brand new kitchen, there's nothing to it. There's a brand new way to do it. 3-day kitchen and bath.
I had heard about 3-day kitchen and bath. I kind of always dismissed it thinking, well, nobody can do that in 3 days. I wanted somebody who was going to come when they said they would come and, do what they said they were going to do. What I liked best was having it done in, less than a week, the whole thing from top to bottom. Nobody could believe that I really had it done that fast. They absolutely held up to every single thing that they agreed to. I especially loved the fact that I didn't have to go out all over town. The overall quality was very good. All the workmanship was so excellent. They'll definitely do exactly what they say they're going to do. There's no surprises, no added costs later. They stay until everything's exactly the way you want it, and you're done.
Thanks, Lori. Check us out online at 3daykitchen.com.
At 3-day kitchen and bath.
Are you tired of online threats? Then get an antivirus. It's the only online protection you will ever need.
Disclaimer: an antivirus is just half protection online. It will not protect you from snoopers or encrypt your traffic. So get better online protection with NordVPN. NordVPN will encrypt your traffic, protect you from malware and phishing, and stop annoying ads. Save 77% on NordVPN and get 3 extra months.
We know you're uncertain about psychics. Is this fortune teller you found on a forum legit?
Your one true love is...
me! That's why California Psychics reject 98% of the psychics who apply to work with us. We guarantee if your reading isn't life-changing, it's free. New customers receive 20 minutes for just $20. So experience the joy of certainty at CaliforniaPsychics.com. Experience the joy of certainty. California Psychics.
News, talk, cards. KMOX AM St. Louis, KMOX FM Hazelwood. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
At 3 o'clock, we've got sunshine. Right now, it is 63 degrees downtown at the Arch. Senator Josh Hawley is introducing legislation to help prevent a governmental program from expiring during the shutdown.
SNAP benefits are due to expire next month if Senator Hawley's bill cannot pass. Is there an appetite in both chambers to get this accomplished in time?
I hope everybody will support this. I don't know who could be against needy kids being able to eat. I guess we'll find out, because I'm going to try to give every senator the opportunity to vote on this. I'm going to take this to the floor as soon as I'm allowed to under the rules, and I'm going to try to get a vote on this.
Hawley says his bill would retroactively fund SNAP benefits, meaning if they do briefly expire, recipients would see their missed benefits with back funding if it is passed. 667,000 Missourians are at risk of losing SNAP benefits. Sean Malone, KMOX News.
Go! After last year's snowmageddon left many St. Louisans unable to get around the unplowed streets, the city is making changes this year. New smaller trucks highlight the changes, allowing the city to finally get to some but not all of the side streets. The city COO, Ben Johnson, adds they'll also be changing their approach during heavier snow events to prevent blocking side streets with ice.
One of the key lessons learned from last January's was what we refer to as windrows, which is where the snow piles stack up at the intersection of some of those arterial and secondary routes. And so we have a specific strategy designed to actually go sweep through those and clear those out.
The city will also have a contingency contract in place for severe snow events where they can tap private plows and manpower. The Republican candidate for Illinois governor, Darren Bailey, is grieving the death of his son, daughter-in-law, and 2 grandchildren in a helicopter crash last night. Nancy Hardy reports.
Zachary Bailey, his wife Kelsey, and 2 of their children, 12-year-old Veda Rose and 7-year-old Samuel, were in Montana when their helicopter crashed. That's according to Darren Bailey's campaign, which tweeted another grandson, 10-year-old Finn, was not on board and is okay. A statement from Bailey's campaign says he and his wife are heartbroken by the loss. His running mate, Aaron Delmar, tells the Tribune Zach was in Montana for business and was flying the helicopter when it crashed. The NTSB reports it's investigating a crash in eastern Montana near the town of Elkalaka.
With the new NBA season just 2 days old, a number of people connected with the league have been arrested.
Portland Trailblazers coach Chauncey Billups, Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier, and former Cleveland Cavaliers player and assistant coach Damon Jones are among the individuals arrested by the FBI in connection to investigations of sports betting and rigged poker games. Billups allegedly was part of backroom poker games where people participated as a way to play with celebrities, but the accusation is that the mafia-backed games were rigged. Rozier is part of an investigation where he's accused of providing information to bettors that could be used in prop bets. In one instance, Rozier played just 9 minutes in a game before pulling himself out, while a substantial amount of money was bet on him going under a certain point total. 34 total people were arrested. This happens as sports gambling becomes legal in more and more states, including in Missouri on December 1st. Matt Pauley, KMOX Sports.
From the KMOX Business Desk, sponsored by Krentz Financial Group, KFGadvisors.com. A key Trump constituent group is turning against him when it comes to putting food on the table.
American cattle ranchers are angered at President Trump's plan to import beef from Argentina. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt explained why he's doing it.
The president loves our ranchers and he also loves American consumers, and he wants to do right by both. So the immediate solution to the problem of the rising cost of beef, the president wants to bring that down, is we have to increase our supply.
Many ranchers say this will cut into their profits.
The president hears them. He has to address both of these problems for the ranchers, but also for the American consumer.
She added the president promised to bring down costs, and that's what he's doing. Linda Kenyon, CBS News, Washington.
Let's get an update of the St. Louis Business Index to Stifel's Scott Bedell. Scott.
Good afternoon, Michael. Hello, everyone. Stock indexes mostly higher today as we move forward into the third quarter earnings releases. At the 3 p.m. closing bell, the Dow Jones Industrial Average gained 144 points, or just about 1/3% to 46,734. The Standard & Poor's 500 index also higher by 0.5% at 6,738, while the NASDAQ Composite Index, the best performing index on the day, advanced 0.9% to close at 22,941. Locally, the Bloomberg St. Louis Stock Index added 0.5% at 1,610. Helping that index to move higher, Emerson Electric up 2.33% at $133.19. Cass Financial Systems gained 3.5% at $39.43. On the downside, Energizer fell 1.5% at $24.53. The former Southwestern Bell, now called AT&T, lost 3.5% at $24.62. And finally, Stifel Financial down 9 cents. They closed at $116.58. This has been Scott Bedell from Stifel Financial, member SIPC and New York Stock Exchange. For more information on our firm, we invite you to visit our website at stifel.com.
On the roads, we've got a crash on 6440 going west at 44. The right lane and shoulder are closed. Disabled vehicle 270 going east at Bell Fountain Road. That's got the right shoulder closed there.
Tons of sunshine on this Thursday afternoon. The great news, the winds are light for a change. They've really calmed down. 66 for the high. Tonight, clear skies. We're going to fall into the 50s quickly. It's a cold night. 41 degrees. Obviously, a chilly start on Friday. In fact, all of Friday is chilly with increasing clouds, but it does look like a dry day. The high temperature Friday around 60 degrees. Friday night clouds, a couple of spotty showers, 51. Saturday and Sunday, mostly cloudy, but nothing more than a couple of spotty showers, 64 each day. This system coming in is not very interesting or exciting, so I'm not expecting much in the way of rain. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
We've got sunshine. It's 63 downtown. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
Brought to you by Duke's Mayonnaise.
This is the Duke's Country Song. It's a song about the best mayo. It has a yellow lid, and its full name is Duke's Mayonnaise. Get Duke's Mayo at Hannaford. It's got twang.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Welcome back, guys. DJ Ask KMOX. Happy Thursday to you. I'm going to be here through Dave Murray, and then I am heading out to the 97.1 celebration of the 25th anniversary. Janelle joins us, which I'm really surprised at. She said she was
I was nervous.
A lot of anxiety.
It was giving me anxiety. Yeah, I was nervous. I was like, my heart was beating because I was like, the tension. Yeah, it was something.
And then you went and picked a fight on Twitter.
Yeah, well, why not? I don't know him, though.
Well, let's definitely not talk about this on the air.
No,
Please.
that's funny.
So I saw a couple of your TikToks. What did you see?
Last week I did see Frankenstein and I saw Begonia, but we'll wait till next week to talk about that. And then last night I saw the Springsteen movie. So which one would you want to hear about?
Sorry, Springsteen.
Okay. Springsteen. It is definitely different than most musical biopics that have been out there. If you're thinking like Walk the Line and the Ray Charles story, where those guys, they had a lot of toxic relationships and drug abuse. So it was a lot of like, not literal table flipping, but a lot of dramatic moments. This is more about a pretty dark and depressing time during his life when he kind of secluded himself and was dealing with him being upon the precipice of becoming really big. He was already touring. The Born to Run album came out in 1975. So that had already hit. I think this was in 1981 that the movie takes place. And it just is really kind of over a year and him putting together the Nebraska album that he came out in 82, which was a huge departure from what he had been putting out. It's an acoustic. It's very dark. It's very depressing. The first song on the album deals with Starkweather, a serial killer that he had watched a movie and had wrote lyrics about it. It's very pared down. It's very, they said, very, very dark. So the movie's very quiet. I think it actually deals with depression and kind of showing what it's like, where you kind of want to withdraw and isolate yourself. And it's very quiet. It's not overly dramatic. It's not slamming doors and throwing things and, like I said, flipping tables. It's just him in really quiet moments dealing with, and a big part of it is the relationship with his father, which, I didn't know too much about. I mean, I've known, he's talked openly about his depression and anxiety and him going to therapy to work through it. But yeah, you really kind of see that. So it's not your typical biopic. It's not like there's one big Born to Run concert scene. You see him in the studio recording Born in the USA. But outside of that, it's not a lot of like real loud, raucous rock and roll, what Bruce is kind of known for now. It's more of his quiet introspection.
So were you able to lose yourself and forget it was Jeremy Allen White?
I think, well, there's times where he looks a lot like him. It's kind of creepy about how much he does look like him in certain angles and stuff like that. And I think people would be better served to not think of it as a Bruce Springsteen movie, even though you're going to hear the music and that's going to be weird, but to just go in it if you're looking for, let me look at a cerebral movie about a rock star who's dealing with his demons kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think big Bruce Springsteen fans will be let down because it's not big and raucous, or you think that they'll appreciate it?
I think Bruce Springsteen fans that only know him through Born in the USA and shaking his butt on stage, kind of maybe like the surface level Springsteen fans might be a little, but I think anybody who's probably like a real deep and has heard the Nebraska album, I think they'll enjoy it. I think it'll be nice to see, he was going through a tough time and him coming out the other side and admitting he needs therapy and how he's like, that's the last time I ever dealt with something like that on my own.
And the other movie?
Frankenstein.
Oh, yes.
I loved Frankenstein.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
Yeah, especially if you've read the book. Please read, people. Because there are lines that are in the movie that they pulled straight from Mary Shelley's novel, and that I love when they do that. Like, it's a reason it's a classic to begin with. Like, let's celebrate the original material. There are a few changes that they do from the book, but I don't think anything that's like going to turn off a literary fan. It's not a monster movie, which sounds really strange.
Mm-hmm.
in your typical sense of how you might think about Frankenstein. We're not talking bolts in the neck and green and walking real stiff and stuff like that. That is another movie where it's very much a father and son, even when it's Victor Frankenstein dealing with his father and the creature dealing with Victor Frankenstein. It's very much, yeah. Mm-hmm. So,
did you see Begonia?
I did.
Is it good?
It is. But I will say this. We'll talk about it next week because it comes out next Friday. See Save the Green Planet. It's a 2003-2005 South Korean film, which is the original of this. That's how they pulled this one. It's you can rent it, see it on Canopy, which is a library service. I'm big into it's canopy.com. You can stream movies from there. You just put in your library card, which most people should have. But yeah, I think the original was better. Not that Begonia was bad, but just think the craziness of the first one was better. Yeah.
Is it? I didn't see Civil War.
Okay.
But I've seen scenes from it that are very disturbing. Was this one like that, or is it more entertaining?
Begonia?
Yes.
Begonia is very different than Civil War. Civil War is it just because you saw Jesse Plemons
being creepy?
Yeah.
Well, there is a reason they cast him in those kind of things, is because he is unnerving. He has a way of delivering lines and sitting with pauses in a movie and staring at his co-stars. That's just it just gets under your skin kind of way. And I know what scene you're referring to in Civil War with the part where he's like, "Are you an American or are you
what kind of American
are you?" Yeah. So he's very, especially if you've seen him in Breaking Bad. Like, I think that's kind of maybe where he originated. He was kind of they called him Meth Damon because he kind of looks like Matt Damon, but not. And he was in that show. So yeah, he's always kind of been a little, and there, like I said, there is a reason they cast him in Begonia, and it's for those conspiratorial, edgy type of characters. I think he pulls that off well. He's got a type, and he plays to it. Yeah.
Yeah. Anytime I see those two together, Jesse and Emma, I'm like, okay.
Oh yeah, no, the acting is fantastic in it. There's the scenes between those two. It's again, not referring, the original is a lot more action. It's very fast paced. It's very frenetic, very frenzied. This one is more lots of exposition, talking, sitting around the table, and it's tense between them, and they're great actors, but it's just a different kind of vibe of movie.
Yeah. Sounds like my kind. When we come back, we'll do a DGS happy hour. Let me tell you guys about First Missouri Credit Union. And I'll say what I usually say, which is sort of like a preamble apology to First Missouri, because most of my lives, I try to make them different and a little bit interesting, at least not, offensive. But with First Missouri, they just have such a distinct thing that I end up talking about that distinct thing. And the thing they have is that they are easier to deal with than banks. They pay you more in interest than banks. They charge you less in interest on your loans, and they're just overall cool. Now, there are things that they don't do. For example, when I had to open up my mom's estate, I had to open up a bank account, and I went to First Missouri, and they very respectfully said, "We don't do that." I went to my bank I've been for 30 years. They did that, easy peasy. But the normal stuff like checking account, savings account, car loans and such, they do signature loans. Once you put $25, I think it is, in a checking account, you are an owner, you are a member, and you are treated with such, and you're given great respect and deference. 2 locations down on Lee May Ferry, but don't let that stop you. You'll need to go in there to open your account, but they have this cooperative basically with 90% of the credit unions in town that you can drop off a deposit or go get money at that place. The 314-544-5050 or the number 1 stmocu.org.
Hey, y'all, this is Maggie Freeling, host of the new podcast, Up and Vanish Weekly. Tune in each week as Payne Lindsay and I are joined by other true crime experts to take a fresh look at some of the most puzzling crimes and shine a spotlight on the cases that have stumped investigators for far too long. So go right now and search Up and Vanish Weekly in your podcast app to follow the show. Listen for free wherever you get your podcasts.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments, including pills, chews, and more, 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
Explore passion and romance as the St. Louis Symphony Orchestra performs two of the most exhilarating pieces in orchestral music. Violinist Nikolai Shep-Schneider showcases his virtuosity as he soars through Tchaikovsky's Violin Concerto, and music director Stefan Denev leads the SLSO in Rachmaninoff's breathtakingly beautiful Second Symphony. Experience this unforgettable performance November 1st and 2nd. Tickets available at slso.org.
You've got your whole life ahead of you, so choose a Medicare plan you can count on. And that's what you get with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. With more than 45 years' experience serving its members, United Healthcare has plans with low monthly premiums that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today. United Healthcare Medicare plans. It's Medicare coverage Missouri can count on.
Help keep our community safe and healthy during National Prescription Drug Takeback Day, October 25th. Find a collection site near you at DEATakeback.com. Do your part to lower overdose deaths and prevent drug misuse before it starts.
KMOX is everywhere. 1120 AM. Streaming live on the Odyssey app. And now at 104.1 FM.
.319 DGS. Happy Thursday. Janelle is in with us. Let's do DGS Happy Hour. You want to start?
Let's talk about fast food.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got some thoughts.
All right.
No, did you guys see the news about the, is it Kevin O'Leary weighing in about paying extras in movies?
No.
Okay, so Kevin O'Leary and his infinite wisdom, he's on Shark Tank, you know, who I'm talking about. And I guess he is not starring. He was cast in a movie coming out called Marty Supreme. It's going to be starring Timothy Chalamet. Supposed to be really good. Supposed to be Oscar contender. And his comment was that he thinks that A24 wasted millions of dollars on paying extras when they could have just put AI Tilly Norwoods all over the place and nobody would have noticed. So his thought,
another reason to hate Kevin O'Leary. I just can't stand that guy.
He sucks. Yeah.
So, he was the guy who said, you are a bad man if you don't bring home $400,000.
Yeah. Well, as you can see, he thinks paying actual humans is wasting money instead of just replacing them with AI extras.
How about we replace CEOs like him with AI? Because they take up the bulk of the payroll and they're probably most easily replaced by a search engine.
Andrew, you want to jump in on that with Kevin?
Yeah, I agree with him.
Hey,
I did
it. to be clear, real quick, I'm not bringing it up again. But to be clear, the issue was not that he was going after the owners and CEOs. The issue was that he was, I felt, putting them on equal responsibility with the minimum waged employees, and that's just simply not true.
Not that we're gonna.
Nope, not going to keep going.
So Kevin had that to say.
If you think that they are on equal responsibility, then they should be making as much as the owners.
I'm following the room. I'm not continuing.
Trying, guys. Anybody else got any?
I got a happy hour.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, make it happy.
A regular Reese's, it's not even a candy bar to me anymore. It doesn't count as a candy bar. That's not a candy bar.
A delicacy?
No, it's just like it's like Andrew says with fries. Like it's just wind. It's nothing.
Oh. I
If
wish my
you
body
get a
thought that.
Reese's, if you can eat something in 30 seconds, which I can eat a regular Reese's, both cups.
Oh, yeah.
In 30 seconds.
I
That's
can
not
vouch.
real.
I saw it today.
That's not a
Yeah.
candy bar.
Yeah.
That's nothing. You shouldn't even put that in your calorie tracker
Oh,
if you track
God.
your calories.
Oh, if
it means
only.
nothing.
Ah.
The real
Your lips to
Reese's
God's
is
ears.
now the big cup. The big cup should be the standard Reese's.
Oh.
The normal
It's an
Reese's
interesting
are fun size.
Ooh, yeah. I'm with that.
I have been
The big
to
cups are so good.
Philadelphia. Well, no, I've been to the Hershey Museum or the Hershey amusement park place. You can build your own Reese's cups, and they're like 2 pounds because you get a choice of 4 things to put inside their
Oh.
huge pound cups already, and then you can put a pound of filling into them. Yeah, they're so good.
Dang.
Like cookie
Sounds like a
dough,
pilgrimage is coming.
brownies, chocolate
Mhm.
chips. Yeah, fill it with hot fudge. Yeah, good stuff.
I got one. If I told you that I had a buttload of something, would you know how much that is?
A lot.
130 American gallons.
Is it?
It's a real measurement.
Is it really?
Yes.
So we just stole that because we like to say buttload?
Yep. A butt is a real unit of measurement. It
Oh.
amounts to 108 imperial gallons or 130 American gallons. It's not common now, but was once used for casks of liquid like wine and whiskey. When you'd fill a barrel up, you'd have a buttload of wine. They also called it having a full butt.
Oh.
I never would have thought that came from a legitimate history. I just figured that was bros. Like, dude, I got a buttload.
Mm-hmm.
That's so great.
Pretty interesting, huh?
I think a few of these listeners have a full butt because of me.
I'll throw in one because Janelle's here. Did you see? I'm sure you haven't. I don't know why I'm asking this question, but the Netflix show about the Kennedys is being made like The Crown. So it's the format of The Crown.
Oh boy.
With Michael Fassbender as Joseph Kennedy telling the history of the Kennedy family. And I'm curious, are we in? Because I watched The Crown, even though I hate those people, but it was an interesting story.
Sure. And they didn't hold back.
No, and they didn't. And that's
Right.
why I'm curious. Are we going to get like real history?
Sanitized version
Depends on
of
who's
it.
making it, I guess.
Yeah, it's this. I think it's the same people that made The Crown. It's
I would say that they probably won't hold back, just because if you've ever seen the movie Blonde, I think it was Anna de Armas who played Marilyn Monroe. They did not portray Jack Kennedy very well in that movie. So it wasn't as if they were like, ooh, Kennedys, can't touch them.
And I'm not sure people are afraid of the Kennedys anymore.
yeah, it used to be kind of sacred ground, and I think we all are past that now for good reason.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think there's a really good reason why the mystique might be off of that.
Yeah, because back in the day, you could kind of like, gloss over and like, oh, look at this, the perfect American family. And then when you dig into it, you're like, oh, wait a minute. Not so much. In fact, they got there in very suspicious ways.
I had an interesting reaction to a statistic this morning. I was watching, I think it was CNN, and they were ragging on Donald Trump for going to San Francisco. And so they put up a graphic of the top 10 most crime-ridden cities in America. We're only number 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, high five. Yeah.
Take that.
We're
Detroit.
I
Yeah,
think
Detroit is number 1.
it's up there. Yeah, but is that all crime? Because I think we were higher in violent crime.
I don't think they broke it down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know that there are a lot of places that aren't as big that have crime rates just as bad.
Yeah.
I mean, Birmingham, Alabama
Shreveport,
is bad one.
Louisiana.
Shreveport, Louisiana, New Orleans, Baton Rouge. But, those are all in red states. So I guess we leave that alone.
One of my more MAGA friends made the argument to me yesterday. The National Guard doesn't do anything. They're typically just training. And so we're paying them to do something. Let's let them police.
Those are people with real jobs. That's a part-time job. Nobody's full-time National Guard, are they?
I don't know.
I thought the whole idea was like 2 weekends a year or something like that. I don't know the exact thing, but I know my understanding is that those are just regular people who are otherwise doing other jobs unless they're deployed to do something. So yeah, they train, but they train like in intervals. It's not like nonstop.
So full-time service is possible through activations for the state emergencies, federal deployments, or by joining the full-time active guard and reserve.
So it's a bit of a mix then.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder how much of the National Guard is full-time.
Yeah, to me, it just comes down to, and I don't know the answer, and I wouldn't have known the answer before. Like my gut said, "Oh, this isn't right to put troops of any kind in U.S. cities to stop crime," but I didn't know that. Like I don't know the law, I don't know the statute, so like most things, operating out of relative ignorance. But to me, that's the answer. Like, oh, if he can do it, then he gets to.
Yeah.
And if he's not allowed to do it, then we should stop him.
Yeah.
And I feel that way about everything.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like that he's tearing up the East Room, right? But does he get to? If he gets to, then I can just go pound sand.
Yeah. In that case, it's much more about the look of it rather than the thing, right? I don't think anybody's really debating whether or not he has the right to do that.
Well, they were questioning
but I mean,
this afternoon about it. It's like they were like, can he do it without, I don't want to say a committee, without consultation or them agreeing that he can do, can he just do this on his own? Can he just decide on his, because then what keeps him from just tearing down the Jefferson Memorial? It's that just kind of thing.
The look of it is the bad part, because it's privately funded, great, but those people are not just giving you money out of the goodness of their heart. They're buying access.
Sure.
And then that ballroom is going to open up the opportunity for people to purchase more access so they can go to the events there and do all that. But also that it's happening when there's a government shutdown.
And I think that's
and federal workers are in food lines because they're not getting paychecks. If all that stuff's working, I don't know that many people are as upset, are they?
No.
Wake up informed. Wake up empowered. Wake up to Total Information AM, your morning must.
Hi, this is Debbie Monterey.
I'm
Megan Lynch.
This is Tom Ackerman. From local news to breaking headlines to weather, traffic, and the stories that matter most, we've got you covered before your first sip of coffee. Expert analysis, bright perspectives from the people you trust. Total Information AM. Your day starts here. Mornings beginning at 5 on 104.1 FM. KMOX.
Dave, congratulations on your 25th anniversary from BioBalance Health, Dr. Sullivan, and me personally.
You have single-handedly helped us reach hundreds of new patients, both men and women, over the past 15 years.
Since 2010, BioBalance has been treating men and women over the age of 40 with testosterone pellets and preventative medicine. BioBalance Health was the first medical hormone pellet practice in St. Louis. Now we are the most successful.
Dave has not only been our partner at BioBalance Health, but also our patient and great friend.
Thanks, Dave.
Traffic from the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
Well, we got some trouble if you're heading to South County. We have a crash on, it's actually on southbound 55 just south of 270 at the end of the ramp, where the 270 ramp merges onto southbound 55. Right lane's blocked. South 270 is a solid jam back at Gravois, but the slow going begins at 364. So it's 364 all the way down to Gravois and then a jam. So very busy. Southbound 170, stop and go stretches from south of Olive down to 64. Westbound 64, Kings Highway out to Clayton Skinkers backed up. It's a little slow approaching Ballas. A backup eastbound coming out of the valley between Chesterfield Parkway West and Clarkson westbound. It's slow there. Excuse me. And then busy at Lake St. Louis Boulevard. Westbound 70 from west of Lake St. Louis Boulevard out to 61 is heavy. Southbound 55, Gasconade Bates, usual delays. And then northbound 55 has the roadwork back up midway from 61, 67 up to Highway A. I'm Roger Brand at the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
Working as a dedicated Fidelity advisor, I always ask, what's important to you? I'll look at those priorities and goals alongside your full financial picture to build a comprehensive plan designed to help grow and protect your wealth. With proactive portfolio insights and an eye on taxes, I'm here to help you make the most of your money. I'm Laura Maxwell, and I'm a dedicated Fidelity advisor. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC, member NYSE, SIPC.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
So my sandwich shop was opening in a week and I needed signage.
A week is plenty of time to panic.
I went to Staples. They printed banners, posters, and flyers to promote my grand opening.
All in time for your grand closing.
Nope, I had it same day. I even got $125 off my order.
Hold the onions. For all your business printing, Staples.
That was easy.
Now save up to $125 on custom print orders. In-store and online, same day if ordered by 12 p.m. Into 11/1 exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details.
So if this is by way of live for Mark Cantor, my personal injury attorney, if you asked me outside of Mark Cantor, just, hey, Dave, I was injured and I need a good personal injury attorney, what should I look for? I would say experience. All the clients who came to me when I was 26 or 27 years old, bad move. Go to someone with a little gray in their hair. I think, maybe that offends some people, but when it comes to being a trial attorney, reps really, really matter. There may be some hotshot 32-year-old out there who's just God's gift to trials, but I want someone who has been in the trenches and been successful. Secondly, someone with integrity, which if you've heard Mark on the show, it's very important to him. His religion's very important to him. His father's legacy is very important to him. And so he is a person of integrity, someone who's going to protect you, someone who has the resources to protect you, someone who is not afraid to go to trial and is going to settle your case for maybe half of what it's worth. Every one of these boxes Mark Cantor checks, and many, many more. My advice is if you or someone who you care about has been injured, you think someone else might be at fault, make an appointment. Go in and talk to him. That you're not signing on the dotted line. You're not saying that he is your lawyer. Many times people interview 2 or 3 different people. I think Mark will make a good enough impression on you that that's who you're going to hire. 314-628-9999, CantorInjuryLaw.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
For residential and commercial heating repairs, service, maintenance, or installation, contact Air Comfort Service Heating, Cooling, and Installation. With over 50 years of HVAC service, get in your comfort zone this winter. Visit aircomfortservice.com. That's aircomfortservice.com.
The Woodlands of Arnold campus offers skilled rehab, a beautiful assisted living community, and a secure memory care to keep your loved ones safe. Check us out at rspseniorliving.com. That's rspseniorliving.com.
Since we have lawyers in all 50 states, I see and hear lots of lawyer ads. It seems that most are bragging on what they got their clients. But be careful. If you heard that someone sold their car for $500,000, you would be impressed. But if you later learned that it was a rare $10 million Ferrari, would you say that person got screwed? And that's before you even know if it's true. Who is fact-checking? And how much went to medical bills and lawyers' fees? If you want to get an idea what your case may be really worth, visit forthepeople.com and go to settlements and verdicts. You will see what a law firm like ours is capable of. And fact-check for yourself. All that glitters is not gold. We became America's largest injury firm for a reason. We won big, a lot. At Morgan & Morgan, we represent consumers. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
Injured? Dial pound law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Sunday is a doubleheader NFL Sunday on KMOX. First up, the Giants and Eagles.
Siteman Cancer Center game time 11:30. Siteman Cancer Center, national leaders in cancer.
Then the Cowboys and Broncos. Sunday on 104.1 FM KMOX.
Dave Murray's weather forecast is sponsored by the Woodlands of Arnold Senior Living.
Welcome back, DGS 335 from the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Desk. Dave Murray joins us. Hello, Dave.
Hello there.
How are things in Murrayland?
All is well.
Good?
All is well.
I'd like to think of that as like the happiest place on earth, Murrayland.
Sure.
You got puppy dogs and sunshine. That sounds great.
Leave your shoes
Doesn't
at
that
the door.
sound great?
Leave your shoes at the door.
Yeah.
You're in Murrayland.
Don't even wear shoes.
Everyone's got big poofy hair.
All right. We'll see you tomorrow, Dave.
Dave Murray, do you ever go to the nail salon and get a pedicure?
Yeah, actually, we have one scheduled. We go together, and we have one scheduled for Saturday at noontime.
That's so cute. I
You and
love
the dogs?
that.
They just do like the dogs. They pull out the little grinder that they have at the groomer.
I had one pedicure when we were in Jamaica, like in 1998, and it was one of the most difficult experiences of my life.
Really?
I'm very ticklish feet.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
so do I.
I
Oh,
have
yeah?
that weird OCD where I want to do things I shouldn't, and I just kept thinking, "You're gonna kick her in the chin. You're gonna kick her in the chin." It was terrible. I did kind of go on a kick of manicures though. After that, because we had a mani-pedi. And then, like, Maureen at some point had to go, like, you might want to take it easy there, Ace.
Dial that back a little.
Dial that back a
Dude,
little.
why are you doing this more than I am?
Yeah. You don't need gels tips. So I just went back to biting my fingernails. Now they look like I'm,
doing the French look.
Yes. So the weather changes a little bit coming up in the
Yes.
weekend?
Yeah, and a little bit is the key here. Everything's moving slow. We have this cutoff low pressure coming over the Rockies right now. Just kind of meanders around the Midwest, sinks a little bit to our south. And because it's sinking south, we're not going to see a lot of rain, but it's more unsettled skies, more cloudy skies. That takes over during the day tomorrow. I still think Friday is a dry day, but because of the added clouds, it will be chilly in the 50s to near 60. Nothing more than a couple of spotty showers Friday night. 51. So it's a little bit warmer at night because of the added clouds. The weekend, do you believe it's the last weekend of October?
I don't believe it.
That's incredible.
It is
Halloween
incredible.
a week from tomorrow.
I know. Someone said that to me just today. A friend said, like, hey, can't wait for the Halloween show next week. I'm like, what? I'm sorry?
Is it? Time is super weird, too, because, like, it feels like we were all mad the other day when it was probably the 5th of July when the Halloween candy and decorations came out at the stores. And now you fast forward, it's like those 2 months evaporated.
Yeah, so true.
Yeah, now it's all Christmas. Let's see. Oh, Saturday.
Yes.
Mostly cloudy. Nothing more than a couple of spot showers. A lot of dry time. 64. Spotty showers Saturday night. And on Sunday, mostly cloudy. Sunday brings the best chance of seeing some showers, but it's not a lot of rain. A few showers, 62 degrees on Sunday. That probably continues Monday and Tuesday of next week because this thing's not leaving. It's just kind of hanging around.
Gotcha. Okay. Headlines, Rach.
Brought to you by Schnucks. Reward yourself daily with the Schnucks Rewards app. There's a group of Americans spending more, if not just as much, time online as the younger generation, and that is people 50 and older. So Centrum Silver, the multivitamin supplement you always see the commercials for, had a survey done to learn about cognitive abilities as people age. And so, they're measuring the time that older people are spending on their screens. The average respondent to the survey spent a collective 22 hours per week in front of some type of screen. So the majority is spent watching TV, followed by searching the internet, playing a game, working on a computer. And then, of course, there's your phone, talking or video chatting on the phone, social media, and reading on an e-reader or tablet. Just thought that was kind of interesting. It seems like the cliche is like these youngins, this Gen Alpha or what have you, they're always on their phones. It seems pretty widespread among everybody.
Yeah, I'd say that's definitely true.
Here's a very sad story. 4 members of an Illinois gubernatorial candidate's family were killed in a helicopter crash. This happened to former state Senator Darren Bailey's family. The son, daughter-in-law, and 2 grandchildren lost their lives in this accident. Bailey is seeking his party's nomination for the upcoming gubernatorial race.
I don't know if there's been any studies on this. Maybe it's inappropriate to ever do a study on this, but personally, I am in awe that someone of the same species as me, the same DNA, can get through that. Right?
Yeah.
Like I lost both my mom and my dad. I lost my brother to suicide. I've been through hard things. I've made it through. It was difficult, but I persevered. But then you see things and you go, oh, I wouldn't make it through that.
Yeah, but somebody looks at you and thinks, could make it through that.
I guess.
I mean, it's all you actually just do. You don't know you can until it happens. And then you're in the thick of it.
True.
And then you're just you don't even have time to process that you're going through it and you're handling it however you are until you've come out the other side. So again, anybody can look at anything you've gone through in your life and been like,
Yeah.
couldn't do that.
When I was young meaning like 20s, I had this weird paradigm where I felt like life averaged out. And it wasn't like a religious view or anything. It was just sort of like, last year was a bad year. This year's going to be a good year. That's how life works. You get divorced, but you win the lottery, you know? And then I remember something like this happened, not to me, but like on the news. And I was like, holy hell, anything's possible. Like this stuff just happens seemingly randomly, which really scared me.
The FBI is asking for tips about the 2021 DC pipe bomb suspect who placed 2 pipe bombs near the DNC and the RNC in Washington, D.C. This happened January 5th, 2021. The Bureau has released new footage showing the suspect's route and appearance, and they're offering a $500,000 reward for information. King Charles and Pope Leo have marked a 500-year first. When King Charles visited the Vatican, this will be the first time a British monarch prayed with a pope since the split between the Church of England and the Catholic Church nearly 500 years ago.
That's when it happened, huh? 500 years ago.
Excuse me. Nike is coming out with a robotic shoe. It's known as Project Amplify, and it's still in its early stages, but it's a running shoe featuring an attachable battery charged motor. It's supposed to come out in a few years, and it's geared towards casual athletes and then individuals who are mobility impaired to help them move faster.
What's it do? You know, like what's the motor run?
I don't know, but I want to know if it can help me dunk.
you know that kind of stuff is coming though. Like we already have military exoskeletons.
I was gonna say, I'm sure it's already things that can help you lift heavy objects.
So wonderful because we have the aging of America, like the pyramids turning upside down. So in another 10 or 20 years, everyone's going to be 70 or 80.
I wouldn't want to try it out first though. You're not blowing off my feet.
No, but my point is like people who today have trouble standing up.
May not in 20 years.
Yeah.
Bon Jovi is going back on tour. They've announced a major tour across the U.S. and Europe. They'll be at high-profile stops like Madison Square Garden and Wembley Stadium in London. It's going to begin in July of 2026. They haven't performed since 2019.
Wow.
It's been a while.
It's been a blessing.
I was about to say it's been great.
My favorite Bon Jovi story is producer Tom Turbock. At his very first tour was in like the 10th row and Bon Jovi comes out and starts singing and Tom turns to his friend. He says, "Pinch me. I am in love." And the guy goes, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "This chick is the hottest thing I've ever seen." It was Bon Jovi.
Hell, I mean, like, you know this, Dave. In the 80s, the hair was pretty much the same.
Good fool ya.
But wait a
It was the
minute.
same.
Isn't that crazy? Because wasn't he the one that has face blindness when it comes to men as far
Yes.
as judging their good
Yes.
looks?
Who, Bon Jovi?
No, Tom.
What?
Tom and I argue about this like you and Andrew argued about McDonald's.
Yeah.
Because he was like, I can't tell when a man's attractive.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? And he goes, I have something called face blindness for
Yeah.
men. And I'm like, what, diagnosed?
Sounds like a product.
Yeah,
Fixed blindness
I'm
for
like,
men.
So you look at me and then you look at Brad Pitt and you see no difference. He's like, no, Glovey, not at all. I'm like, I'm gonna.
One more story for you guys to round out headlines. Netflix is doing something special with the series finale of Stranger Things. Besides streaming on Netflix, obviously, the 2-hour finale episode of the sci-fi drama's 5th season will be released in more than 350 movie theaters, beginning at 8 o'clock Eastern time on New Year's Eve. It's a limited run. It'll only last until New Year's Day. They haven't revealed the exact theaters, but I would assume with 350, we'll get a couple in the St. Louis area. But
I
that's
like
kinda
so
fun.
many shows. I stopped watching that after the first season, which I enjoyed. I should probably go back.
You should. It's
pretty good.
It's definitely it's worth your time.
Yeah, it's
You know what? A good show on Netflix. We watched the first episode. Is The Mob, Philadelphia Mob. It's a documentary.
Oh,
Don't know it.
Interesting.
let's go see that.
Thank you, Dave.
All righty.
Traffic from the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
But we've still got our troubles on 270. This traffic reports a service of Jerry Kelly Heating, Air Conditioning, Electrical, and Plumbing. Still working that crash at the end of the ramp from South 270 on the southbound 55. The right lane is blocked. Traffic is jammed back through 44. And South 270 starts to bog down south of 364. So it's trouble all the way to South County, but especially by the time you reach 44. Stop and go pockets on southbound 170 from Olive down to 64. Eastbound 64, a backup McKnight to Big Bend. Westbound 64 Kings Highway headed out to McCausland. They're slow going both ways between Clarkson and Topgolf. Westbound remains busy most of the way to Boombridge, and then again 364 out to 70. Westbound 70, city limits Riverview through Jennings Station's kind of heavy, approaching A out to Z. Eastbound 70, Earth City into 270, and downtown it slows down at Salisbury. Backs up as you get past Tucker on the westbound 44 past the bridges. Southbound 55, south of Arsenal to Bates is bumper to bumper. Z to McNutt, northbound 55. We had a crash north of A. Traffic's backed up north of 61 and a jam the closer you get to 67. And a roadwork